took Indiana. We both took Washington. And, one was right, one wasn't, and certainly the over was the bet when it came to your game last night, the early one. What's up, y'all? Merry whatever day it is. What is it today?
It's Wednesday.
You have to think. I saw your eyes dart just for a quick second. Whoa, what is that I see? Look at the woolly mammoth.
There's a bear in the studio.
Yeah, the woolly mammoth is in the studio. Josh is in on the probe. Not you. No, not you. Well, Bobcat's no, I'm just a bobcat. I'm not a woolly mammoth. I'm a bobcat. It's like I never know who's coming in and what we're going to see today. Why you have an issue with that? I'm going to have to restart for you, Josh. Only when Josh is in is my camera not working. I have to reboot the whole system. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. What's up to you? Merry Wednesday. Got a full show for you today. Full show. We're going to go all over the spectrum from golf to baseball to high school sports to the hoops. Coming up at 7:15, that's going to be early this morning. We're going to get into the golf with you. The UNM men's golf team time for 6 going into the final day of the NCAA regional down at the UNM championship course. JJ, I talked to Glenn a little bit yesterday. He pleased with the way his team, but horrible conditions. I mean, it was cold, it was windy. Oregon State seemed to like it, which I guess kind of makes sense. Cold and windy, Oregon State played well. All right, if it made them feel right at home. So we'll do that at 7:15. 9 o'clock, Sebastian Noel from ProView Networks is going to join us. We will talk high school sports with him. And then 9:30 this morning, Warren Schaefer, the manager of your Albuquerque Ice Topes, will be with us. Topes break their losing streak last night. They get the final game in El Paso. Take today off and coming home and taking on the Oklahoma City Dodgers starting tomorrow on a 6-game set. So they are 2-10 on the season. So we'll get into all of that. But the hoops last night was the story. Jason Tatum going for 50. Russ seemed off a little bit. You and I both liked Washington. Both of us were wrong. Boston looked decent last night.
It's okay to not believe in the Celtics, but you better believe in Jason Tatum. He was unbelievable. 50 points, 14 of 32 shooting. A moment where you're wondering, all right, what is the star of the Boston Celtics going to do? And he's going to put his team on his back and drop 50, look fantastic. It was him and Kemba Walker. Kemba had 29, and that was it. And that's all they needed to beat Washington. And now they get the fun task of playing the Brooklyn Nets in the first round. But it was a great moment for Jason Tatum. And still, I'm with you. Do I believe in the Celtics? No, especially against the Brooklyn Nets. But I believe in that dude.
Yeah, it was just people telling me, well, I mean, if you look at the matchup and then what they've got with Tatum and Kemba West, stop it. No. When Jaylen Brown went down, and it's not like they were killing the world anyway. I think this has been, what that may have done, it may have saved Brad Stevens' job. I don't know if that, where that is. I hear whispers both ways on that. On the Brad Stevens situation. But they looked nice last night. They looked nice against a team that, frankly, was playing really well coming in. Had, in the last 15 games, had played really well down the stretch, did Washington. Bradley Beal, obviously with the hamstring, is not 100%. I thought Russ was off last night, and that's the Wizards, man. If those two guys aren't playing, then you got a problem.
You have a big problem. 10 of 25 for Bradley Beal, who did not look like himself. We credit Beal for being out there the last couple of games, gutting it out, doing what he needs to do, but he just doesn't have that same spark, that same sixth gear that you expected of Bradley Beal, and it was evident last night. And especially defensively, Washington struggled, which was no surprise. But with what Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker did, it was pretty much no chance for them to get back in the game with the way Boston was scoring.
All right, and so the other game, no contest. 144-117. This thing was over before halftime. Pacers put a pounding on Charlotte. Now, we hear Karis LeVert before the game is out, COVID, and you're kind of going, right? Maybe Jeff had something there. No, you didn't think that at all. Obviously, you didn't think that because Jeff had nothing. This was a team that one team looked like, what are they even doing here? And another team looked like, hey, we're going to make some noise. That was Indiana. Sabonis was fine. I thought just up and down, look up and down the lineup. They didn't turn the ball over. They forced turnovers. Indiana was just superior.
Well, I think we look at Sabonis, 14 points, 21 rebounds, 9 assists.
Well,
I'm saying very fine.
Yeah.
But Charlotte doesn't play defense. That's why I said take the over in this game. I didn't think that Indiana was going to run away from them as easily as they did, especially with the news Karis LeVert being ruled out. So we're not going to see him in the postseason for Indiana.
I mean, how long's the
10 to 14 days?
Is it 10 to 14?
10 to 14 days. Health and safety protocols for Karis LeVert. And this is an Indiana team that started the season right off the bat. TJ Warren hurts his foot. And then Jeremy Lamb gets hurt, isn't playing. Malcolm Brogdon finally got back for the first time after missing some games with an injury. And he was good yesterday in 21 minutes, 16 points, and 8 assists. But this just goes back to Charlotte just being so bad defensively, to give up 144 points. So much for LaMelo Ball introducing himself to people who haven't seen him play. Looked like a rookie out there in 27 minutes as the Pacers did everything that they wanted to do offensively. Very frustrating game for Charlotte, just given the fact that this Pacers team is dealing with so much, and yet it still came out there and just ran away with it.
To your point on LaMelo, 14 points. He played 27 minutes, turned the ball over 4 times, and shot 4-14 from the field. So that was your hello LaMelo moment. Welcome to the big stage and welcome to the playoffs. And poof, there it is. So that was your LaMelo Ball moment. So here's what it means in the East. It means that the 7th seed will be Boston, as JJ told you. They move on, big picture. They will move on as the 7. They will play the Brooklyn Basketball Nets in the first round. I mean, that's right. This is a play-in. That'll be the first round. And then the team that they beat last night, that Boston beat, the Washington Wizards, will move on to play the Indiana Pacers, the team who won last night over Charlotte, in a winner move in, loser go home game for 8th place and the right to play the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Tonight you get the West, you get the 7-8 game, which will be the late game. How does ESPN? I mean, they're just going, oh yeah, buddy, look what we got in a playing game, right? You get fine. You get San Antonio and
Memphis.
Thank you. Nobody's watching San Antonio, Memphis. With all due respect to those 2 small markets, like honestly, your common basketball fan can't name you 5 dudes in that game, which is fine. And watch, that'll probably be the best game of all of them. But they got shined on, right? When they got Lakers and Warriors, they get LeBron and Steph, they get Anthony Davis and Draymond Green. They get that game as their late game. Now it'll be a 10 o'clock start on the East Coast. I don't know how many people are going to stay up and watch that because it means what? It means one team moves on and one team, kind of moves on. And so, ESPN had to go, look what we got here.
No doubt about it. You get LeBron, you get Steph Curry, Lakers, Warriors in the play-in game. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So that'll be tonight. That's what you get. We'll take your calls on the NBA at area code 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. Emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. If you're not already, and I don't know who isn't, you should follow JJ on the Twitter. It's _JJ Buck. It's a terrific follow. And you can follow our show and friend us on the Facebook device. That's the OD in the AM, and you can watch the show there. Josh is in this morning. Look at him getting up early this morning, giving Aaron a little. Hopefully, Aaron will bring breakfast or something. You think they have a schedule like, okay, you're going to do the morning show, but you're on breakfast duty this morning? It's kind of,
yeah.
I mean, that's probably should be how that works. We should do that too here, Bob. Bob should bring. I think Bob should bring breakfast too. He's got the hookup over at the Central Grill. He can get the blueberry pancakes. It doesn't feel that way.
Wait a minute.
I thought you got the hookup over there.
Well, yeah, but George brings it out of the goodness of his heart.
He doesn't like sports shows?
Well,
I mean, we're decent people.
George is a sponsor of Eric's show.
Remember we did our 10th anniversary over at his place?
We did.
Yeah, it was good. All right, when we come back, we're going out to the UNM Championship Golf Course. Today is the 3rd and final round, and the top 5 teams will advance to the NCAA tournament, the finals, and the Globals are tied for 6th and right there in the mix. Their head coach, Glenn Milliken, is going to join us next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Mick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact.
The weather should be a lot better today. Sorry, I mean, it just was driving in, right? I mean, it wasn't cold and rainy today. Weird weather. Weird's not even nice, is it? What would you call the last 2 days? I mean, I played golf on Monday, and it was cold and windy. I mean, I thought it was nasty. Just unideal conditions for the first 2 rounds of the NCAA Regional. What would you call it?
Yes.
Yeah. But that'll continue. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. So they'll play the third and the final round of the NCAA Regional Tournament down at the UNM Championship Golf Course today. Top 5 teams will advance. Lobos start the day in a tie for 6th. They are 3 strokes out of 4th place. South Carolina and Texas A&M tied for 4th, so those are 4th and 5th at -8. So they're 3 strokes out. They'll get going here at 8 o'clock this morning. Oregon State leads the way. They're playing terrific. Of course, it's cold and rainy. Oregon, of course, school from Oregon feels good. Texas Tech after them, then Arizona State, South Carolina A&M. Lobos are tied with San Diego, the University of San Diego, for 6 at -5. But Stanford's a stroke back. Oklahoma's 2 back. And it's a big day. Glenn Milliken is the head golf coach on the men's side over at UNM. Graciously joins us just before they get ready to go. Good morning, Glenn. How you doing out there?
Good. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're good, thank you. Big day. It seems like every year you guys, and you and I talked about this yesterday, it always comes down to you guys standing around watching somebody. It's the last putt of the day. Your guy or their guy has to miss or something. It's never easy for you, is it?
No, it's not. And as time goes on, more and more programs have gotten better. And so anytime you're at this event at this time of the year, you got to play great golf. And as you can see here, I mean, the team that's leading, I mean, on paper was not one of the top 5 ranked teams here, but they're blowing it away right now. And then you see that across other regions. East Tennessee's leading a region, and Sam Houston State just got through in Stillwater, and there's just a lot of good teams. So you got to show up and play good, no matter who you are or what type of year you've had.
Yeah, you gave Oregon State their kind of weather. I mean, they came down here. They didn't get that hot, dry weather. You made it cold and rainy and windy. Of course, they played well, for crying out loud.
I tell you what, the golf that they played yesterday, that was really them and San Diego both really, really impressive rounds of golf. I gotta be honest, I don't really see that one out there, 13 under, but hats off to them. They all played great, and but we still got one more day to go, so got to play 3 days if you want to get through, for sure.
You said you got to play great golf. Bastard Mott played great golf yesterday. I'm not sure anybody else played great. You guys played okay in good rounds, in your words, but that freshman played terrific.
Yeah, that was a really big one for us. I mean, to go bogey-free out here yesterday with the different types of weather conditions we played in, and when we went through the back 9, the wind had shifted to the northwest and was blowing hard, and so 11 and 13, awesome pars that he made into the wind. 16 was playing really hard, so he made a lot of good birdies, but I felt like him making pars on 11, 13, 16 on that back 9 yesterday when the wind was blowing was really just big-time golf by that guy, and it was kind of saved us, kept us in the mix for sure.
Glenn Milliken is the head men's golf coach and the host of the NCAA Albuquerque Regional Tournament down at the UNM Championship course.
Well, Glenn, when your team gets together today, they look at the task ahead, knowing that they know this course so well. What are you going to say to them, and how do you expect them to respond?
Well, we know that we kind of knew coming in that if we played great, if we had a great tournament all 3 days, that we could beat anybody. And then we knew if we played pretty good all 3 days, we'll probably be fine. But we still have a chance to do that. We still have a chance to play a great round today. And I knew that if we didn't play that great, we'd still be in position. And overall, we haven't played bad, but we haven't really gotten much other than that 66 and out of Bastion yesterday. We haven't done anything great yet. So we have an opportunity today. I think if we play a good round of golf for us today, I think we'll be in great position. I mean, I still feel like if we play our best golf, that we could beat anybody on the golf course. So who knows? I mean, if we go out today and play good, we might have a low round of the day. And, we're in position for the top 5, and there's some teams behind us. But we're also in position to catch a couple teams that are playing well, too. So the great thing about college golf is there's 1 round to go, but that means we're counting 4 rounds. So we have 72 holes to count. So 3 shots or 6 shots or 10 shots or whatever. You're talking about making up those amount of shots over 4 cumulative rounds of golf. So it's 72 holes of golf. A lot can happen, and our guys they're in a good frame of mind. They're playing like they're in position, and they still have a lot to play for. So I think we're gonna be fine. I think we go out and play good and do what we can. All we can do is play the best golf we can, and hope that that's enough to move on to the next round.
Glenn, what's it like for you when you have your guys out there on the course and you're talking about the 4 cumulative rounds, you're trying to keep track of everything that's going on? What's this experience like as a coach during this time?
It's fun. I mean, anytime you're playing like our last event at the conference championship, or if you're playing here or at the next stage, it's fun because anytime there's a championship on the line, and especially an event like this, we have a bunch of great teams from across the country, and maybe they haven't seen a lot of each other throughout the year, and then to be able to do it on our home course, it's a great experience. And it's what you play all year for. You try to have a good regular season, so you can be in position to get to this tournament if you don't win your conference tournament, and which they did both this year. They had a great regular season, and then they also played great at the tournament. And, and then you want to get to this event, be as prepared as you can, and just, do the best you can to try to move on and compete with these teams. And to be able to do it at a home event is something you don't get to do all the time. So it's a great opportunity to try to take advantage of. But for us on the golf course, we usually kind of just get everybody started. Me or Gustavo will hang out on the first tee and let everybody kind of get going, make sure they don't need anything before they go. And then just kind of see how the round's going. sometimes each of us, like yesterday, Gustavo ended up walking with Bastian the whole round, and I went with Matthew Watkins on the front nine and then hung around with Troy on the back nine. Other times we might just bounce around to different spots on the golf course. This one's a little unique because I know the course so well, so it's kind of, I don't know, maybe we'll hang out with a couple new guys just because this is like Bastian and Watkins. This is the first tournament they've ever played on this course. And so I don't know, just see how things are going and do what we can to try to help them out along the way.
Glenn Milliken, the head men's golf coach. Lobos are one spot out of qualifying for the NCAA tournament finals, and they host today. Obviously, playing on your course is an advantage. But I look at your roster, and I wonder what experience means. I always hear in the postseason, experience, and you don't have a senior, right? Your number one player is a junior in Choi, and then your guy who went out and is lighting us up is a freshman. And so I don't know. Do you gain your experience? JJ and I always debate this. How much does experience matter when you get into the postseason?
I think we're experienced in this scenario. I think experience helps you the most maybe when you're struggling because you've played enough golf at higher levels to realize, you want to play great, but it's also knowing about how little you have to do. You don't, you don't have to play perfect golf, and being on this golf course. As a senior or a junior or somebody who's played maybe in a couple home tournaments out here may know that a little bit more, because it's a different kind of patience here. You kind of have to be patient with yourself on this golf course because it's not the same as just playing it every day at 3 o'clock, when you go out and you grab a cart and you go play with your teammates. But, all of these guys are experienced at high level. I mean, like Bastian has played, first time I saw him play, he made the cut at the British Under-18 Championship and, made it to match play and has played good golf in Europe a lot and has played some good tournaments. He's played every event for us this year.
Yeah.
So, and Watkins has played the last 3 events for us. Brandon Shong is obviously new to our team this year, but he played in the Junior College National Championship and was a second-ranked player in junior college as a sophomore. So, he's played well at tournaments that meant a lot to him. And then Bonetta and Choi are guys that have played well all over the world. So they have experience, and and we've played a great schedule. Yeah, we have, even though we've got a younger group on paper, we have the experience to play well, and that's why we have played well this year. And that's why we're in position right now, even though that we haven't played our best golf. And that's why I feel like we've got a chance to go out and do what we need to do today.
Now, you sound relaxed. And when I talked to you yesterday, you sounded really confident. You said, we're in a good position. What do you expect out of the golf course today? You had 2 days of rain. The wind should be down today. The sun should be out today. It feels like the course should be primed. It should be soft. It should be primed to score today.
Yeah, today should be the most scoreable, most normal scoreable day. Right now I'm standing out here looking at the 9th green. There's no wind, and we did get some rain yesterday, so the course will be softer. On the other hand, it'll play a little longer because it's softer, and the rough will be a little wetter. So I think it'll still be a challenge, but maybe just a different type of challenge. The first 2 days was more the challenge of controlling your golf ball because we played in a lot of wind. But the rough is probably ½ inch to an inch longer than it was the first round or on the practice round, and the hole locations are pretty good. So it's going to be, our golf course holds up well. If you play good, you have a chance to shoot a good number because it's in such great shape, and there are a lot of places out here. Par 5s are fairly reachable, and there's enough short holes, but there's also enough good holes to where if you're scraping around, it's kind of hard to. It's hard to keep it around par at sometimes.
I think it's a hard golf course. Just a couple more. I mean, it beats me up every time. He's the head golf coach at UNM. For a few more minutes, Glenn Milliken's with us.
Oh, Glenn, you mentioned the par 5s, not but one team under par in the tournament there. Par 3s, you guys have the best scoring average. You guys have the most pars overall. So where do you think you can make up some of that ground today?
Well, we're going to have to continue to take advantage of the par 5s. We've played. If you can, I don't know. We're going to play, technically 20 par 5s today.
Right.
If we can make a lot of birdies on those holes, and then play 5, 7, 8, 10, and 13 well, that's how you can have a great round, because that's kind of the tough 5 through 13 is a pretty tough stretch. I mean, you've got 6 and 9 and 12 in there that aren't too bad, but that's the stretch that you have to take care of. And for us, we start on 10. So if we do happen to get off to a really good start and have everybody in good position through, if everybody's around par through number 13, our fourth hole, then you have a stretch of 14 through 4 where you play 3 of the 4 par 5s. You've got 3 or 4 wedge holes in there. 16 and 3 are the shorter par 3s, and you can really get it going as a team through there. So, that's, in theory, that's what I'd love to have everybody even par standing on the 14th tee and then play great through that middle stretch and then grind it out at the finish and put together a really low score.
You got Bastian in contention for the medalist honors. He's 1 stroke off the individual lead. And how much do you guys look at that? I mean, obviously this is a team thing. You want to advance as a team. Do you talk to him differently than you might talk to Sam or somebody else as you get ready for this, or is it just go out and do your thing, do your number, and have another round like yesterday?
It's the same. I mean, because what he needs to do is the same thing as what we need to do as a team. When you try to play the best round, all 5 of our guys just need to go out and try to play the best final round they can. Well, that's the same thing he needs to do. Yeah, he's 1 off the lead, but I'm sure there's guys, near him, right behind him.
Yep.
He has a chance, but he's still got 18 holes to go. But it's important. I mean, just like last time we played a couple of weeks ago, we had Sam and Albert that were in contention for the individual championship, and the funny thing is, like, Sam on 18, he hit a pretty bad tee shot, and we were walking down kind of trying to figure out what to do in Tucson for his second shot, because it was just a really weird situation. And all he asked me was, well, is this going to affect the team? And so I think first, those guys do like to win individually, and that is important to them because there is an individual component to this. But,
it's a big deal.
10 times out of 10, those guys are most concerned with, because I guarantee if we're on the last hole today and Bastian has a decision to make, and maybe what he needs to do for the team is different than what he needs to do for himself, he's going to err towards what might have to do. But in most cases, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to try to make a good score either way. So, but it's awesome for him. What a great position for him to put himself in, and he's been playing great. So I'm excited to see what he does today. And it wouldn't surprise me if he put another good one together and ended up winning individually. So
good.
Maybe he'll lead us to a great team finish and get him his first college win.
That'd be a big deal. All right.
We'll find out in about 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know it's game day. You're a host. You got this thing at your place. Your team tees off here in a half hour, and to spend this time with us means a lot. I appreciate it, Glenn. Best of luck, man. Go out and get it done today, and we'll talk hopefully here in the next week about where you're going and playing in the NCAA finals. But go have a great day today. Sun's shining, course is soft. Go get it, and continued success. Thanks, Glenn.
All right, thanks. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good day.
Be well. Glenn Milliken, as good a coach as there is. And that program is there. They are again. By the way, New Mexico State is there. They're 17 over. They're not gonna advance. They're out of the 14 teams. They're in 12th place, 17 over par. And I guess to say they're not going to. They're only 25 strokes out of a spot. That's quite a bit. Coming in on game day, that freshman's something else, isn't
he? Yeah, you look at what he's been able to do for the tournament. 8 under par overall, and he's keeping the Lobos alive. And to Glenn's point, he's looking at it going, all right, we've got here, and now it's time for y'all to play your best golf. Get us over that next hump. Talking about being your best, playing your best, F45 can help you feel your best. F45 functional training is high-intensity circuit training in 45-minute classes. I am loving this gym so far. I love the high-intensity circuit training. It's a great way to get in your cardio work and strength work, and it's a different workout every single day, so it's not going to feel stagnant. It's not going to feel like you're doing the same thing over and over and over. It's a new workout every day. It's going to keep your mind and body moving forward. And the F45 functional training You're going to get that high-intensity workout, raise your heart rate, drop it just a little bit, and then push it right back up. You're going to burn those calories. You're going to hit strength. You're going to hit cardio, and you're going to feel great after just a 45-minute workout. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today to take a look at the schedule of classes available at the Northeast Heights location, 5920 Holly Northeast. So it's really good access, Paseo I-25, from wherever you're coming from in the city, and with classes 7 days a week, you're going to be able to find one that fits into your busy schedule, and all it takes is just 45 minutes. This gym will work for you. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial on the app so you can get in there and see what it's all about. The atmosphere is fantastic. It's been great, and it's only going to get better now moving forward. Certified trainers at every class to help motivate and modify, and your focus once you get in is just going to be on getting the best workout you can in 45 minutes. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
You have better things to do.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn, yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover, Henderson in transition, gonna slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. We get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable!
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice. In baseball last night. We'll get there. It's like, when did no-hitters become a home run? 5 already. It's May, what's today? May 20th or something along those lines? May 19th? Ho-hum, another no-hitter last night in baseball. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. If you want to get in on what Glenn had to say, I can't tell you how much I appreciate him taking, what did he just give us, 15 minutes? He's hosting the tournament. It's the last day of the NCAA regional. his team's teeing off in a half hour, and he's so good. I've told you this for years, by the way, and even when soccer was there, I told you it was Jeremy Fishbein Soccer at Glen Milliken with golf. The most consistent, and give Jill Trujillo some props for women's golf. But what they do with the UNM golf programs and what Glenn has done for years at his alma mater and a place that he loves, and another guy who's got a lot of opportunities to go do it other places and just keeps turning out golfers who are winning around the world. And just one of the good guys. And you see that guy out in the community all the time. You know, there's you said on the way out, going to get your coffee or whatever it was. There's not a bad person to talk to, not a bad coach on that campus, on South Campus, to talk to right now.
No, there's just a lot of really good people, and ultimately, they all understand. But there's a good focus when it comes to student athletes, the community, these programs, about what they're trying to do, and you just hope that what you're doing gets the results needed to be in these positions, to be talking about regionals and success for your student athletes.
Yeah, and year in and year out. And it does feel like every year his program is right on the cusp at the regionals, right? We're waiting, just it's a putt here or so, it comes down to the last hole. And we'll see. But we'll know here in about 5-6 hours how they do and if they get to advance. All right, so I said ho-hum. I mean, honestly, I don't think I got even a whiff of this last night, that Spencer Turnbull of the Detroit Tigers was throwing a no-hitter and ended up doing it in Seattle. I'm going to tell you what is more impressive to me than, and it shouldn't be, and this isn't fair to Spencer Turnbull, who just threw the 5th no-hitter of the year. It's that the Mariners have been no-hit twice within the last 2 weeks. That's more impressive to me.
Yes, they are so bad. They dropped below 200. They dropped below the Mendoza line as a team last night. 5 no-hitters. It's becoming something that if you don't throw a no-hitter, what's your problem?
Turnbull sets the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! History! Spencer Turnbull has become the 6th Tiger pitcher to throw the 8th no-hitter in franchise history. His teammates burst out of the dugout and mob him at the mound. How
about it? That was courtesy of WXYT in Detroit Tigers radio. Justin Verlander was the guy who threw the last no-hitter for them. So I shouldn't be numb, right? I mean, is it a big deal? It kind of is. I mean, it's guys that maybe you haven't heard of. They're throwing no-hitters, but doesn't mean they're not good pitchers if you haven't heard of them. There's good young arms that are coming up all the time. But, I mean, does 5 by May 19th feels thick, doesn't it?
It feels thick. It's impressive, but it says a lot about where baseball is right now. And it's a strikeouts, batters not caring if they strike out. Not a lot of good contact. I mean, you watch, the 8th and 9th inning, and Seattle it wasn't anything dangerous. There wasn't the wow play. Like, the closest thing you had was there's a fielder's choice. So Detroit didn't turn to double play. There wasn't a moment like, oh my gosh, you needed this amazing defensive play to get through. So it is, to your point, ultimately, it starts with the Mariners. You've been no-hit twice by Baltimore and Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, right?
You weren't no-hit by the A's and Garrett Cole of the Yankees. It was John Means and Spencer Turnbull. So that you're a bad baseball team.
Really bad.
This moment, Seattle. And for the sport, as they just try to figure out what to do, I still think you need to embrace it. And you saw the excitement there from the broadcasters. I don't know how many more moments Detroit's going to have like that. So you enjoy the moment, but
like the Orioles did.
Yeah, you would just continue to look at baseball and wonder kind of where this sport is going, especially when it comes to the way hitters are not hitting right now.
So and Bob, am I supposed to go to 1? Who do we got on 1? I don't know what extreme you want. Right? When we're hitting home runs out of the yard and they're flying at a ridiculous rate, like, what's with the baseball, right? And so now they're not flying out at a ridiculous rate. You got 5 no-hitters. Well, I don't know. The ball's too dead. I mean, it's something. Can we find a happy medium somewhere? I mean, honestly, when the balls were flying out of the yard.
You just cut the baseballs in half and use half of the one that flies and then half of
this. Well, I just don't understand. I mean, and how, and I want to talk to Warren Schaefer about this. Like, how drastic is the difference in the baseballs? Or is that even playing into this? Because I don't know. All I know is when balls are flying out of the yard, it's a circus, it's a joke, baseball's a joke, balls are flying out, they're playing with super balls. Now we got 5 no-hitters in the first, 6 weeks of the season? And people are going, wow, balls are dead. I mean, of course not. I don't know. I'm still seeing dudes hit home runs. Balls are flying. I mean, didn't Ohtani hit a 440-foot home run last night? They're still flying.
Still hitting them.
So I kind of call him BS on that. Hello, Dan. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. How you living, Dan?
Good morning, gentlemen. How's everything?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Bobcat comes back on and says, "Who is this?"
Yeah, I know. I saw him growl at you. I looked over because I asked him, and he's like, I don't know. Damn, I'm supposed to know who's on the phone. He had to go.
That's because I forgot. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. What's up?
Good, because I'm in a little bit of a canyon here. No, a couple of things, and just bear with me. A shout-out to Eddie Nunez and the whole athletic department at UNM. They have handled this whole situation in the last few months just so gracefully and cooperatively, all of the coaches. So, when you were talking about the golf coaches now and everything, it's just all of them. They've all just worked so hard and tried so hard for the student athletes. I'm really proud of UNM, what they've done. But, Jeff, I played Estes Park up in Colorado, and I played Buffalo Run. I played Palmdale. Paco, I always thought Paco was just such a hard course for me as a crappy player. But, man, that South course, I've never felt more like I have no business here than when I played.
It just feels so big, doesn't it? It feels so long.
That is a tough course.
It is.
And I hope those guys can get into the mix for the tournament, but that's a tough one. And then with the conditions yesterday, I just can't imagine, So good luck to the Lobos today. And as far as tonight, go Warriors.
Right on. All right, Daniel.
Have a great day, guys.
See ya. I think it wasn't last summer because, nothing happened. I shot an 85 out at that UNM championship course and thought I did something. Like, really, because that course, for whatever reason, of all the courses locally, that course, to me, is the hardest golf course. I think even harder than Paco at times, and Paco's hard. Just because there's so much trouble. Now, you can get off the fairway at UNM and still not get as much trouble at Paco, but he's not wrong. And yet, watching these guys put up scores like that, 66. They're walking the golf course in 66, and I'm out there in my cart. I might have a beer in my hand, but Dan's not wrong. What was his first? On UNM, things feel pretty decent over there, don't they? Right now, you feel like you're about as stable as you've been in a long time.
Especially coming off of what happened this past year,
right?
And not having events at home until the spring. But then seeing multiple teams win championships, seeing multiple teams play in the postseason, it's pretty good.
Yep. All right, 505-246-0610. When we come back, baseball's unwritten rules. Again, old guy versus young guy, and they're wearing the same uniform. How's that going to play out? Hey, maybe you signed up for home security. Local company. I tell you about a local company all the time. I tell you every day about IPS. Maybe you went a different way. Signed up for local armed security for your home, for your business, and then that company has been sold and bought out twice, and now your security is in the hands of a Texas company, which is fine, but that's not what you signed up for. Call IPS and switch. IPS isn't going anywhere. Aaron is committed to making Albuquerque a safer, better place to live and work. He's from here. He has created this company of armed, trained security officers who protect what's important to you. They've watched my home for years. If your alarm goes off, they're there within 5 to 7 minutes. Armed, trained security officers. They catch the bad guys. You go out of town, they will make sure your home looks like it's lived in and it is secured. They go by every day. They do security. I told you, when I go out of town, I see them on overnight. I see them all the time on my security cameras. They're making sure that my property is safe and it's taken care of and it's looked after. You've worked hard to build your business. You've worked hard for your home. It's yours. Don't let anybody take what's yours. Invade what's yours. Call IPS, protect your property, your home, or your business. There's no long-term contracts. I think you're really going to like their service. The number is 505-897-2420. Area code 505-897-2420. You can take a look at them online. Their website is ipsglobal.com.
Freshen up your
fries, quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to the Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that
old school, new school. Where are you? Man, how many times over there? And Warren Schaefer's going to be with us. He's the Isopes manager. By the way, Isopes won last night. Did I tell you that? I mean, should that have been the lead story on our show? Isopes won last night. Came from behind. They snapped their losing streak. They won for the first time in, I don't know, forever. No, that's the second time all year. They beat the Chihuahuas last night. I'm looking for it, Bob. They beat the Chihuahuas last night. And, oh, do you? How did it sound last night? How did it sound from Josh?
Ground ball, left side. That's a diving play by Stamets. Throws to first. He got him! He got him! Ball game over! The Topes win it! 9-8 is the final on a spectacular play by shortstop Eric Stamets.
Will you play that to introduce Warren when he comes on at 9:30? Coming out of the break, will you play that? I want him to hear that.
That is one relieved broadcast.
Topes win the pennant. Wait. I mean, they win a game on May 18th in El Paso. The last game of a 6-game series after losing. I mean, yeah, dude. That's a spectacular call. Will you do that again? I will do that later. I mean, that was spectacular. All right. Are you old school or new school? I know where you are.
Whew. I am. How does this man have this job? Oh, I know why. And the team should lock him out of the locker room. Let's get into this.
All right. White Sox, Mercedes, hit a home run the other night. Hit a home run on a 3-0 pitch. In what was it? It was 11-3 or something. What was the score? 14-5. I mean, they were winning big, and they brought up the Twins brought in a position player.
15-4 at the time.
Same thing. Thank you. It was 15-4. And the Twins had brought in a position player, and he was throwing lollipops. I mean, literally, this was a 47, 48 mile an hour Eufus pitch. It had more arc to it than the St. Louis arc, right? I mean, it didn't look like a pitch. It looked like a little league warm up softball, didn't it? It looked like a slow pitch softball pitch. Like,
yeah, it was.
Kind of
it was a possession player.
It was a position player, right? Yeah. I mean, the Twins were done 3-0 pitch, and Mercedes hit the ball out of the park. 3-0. Got a problem with that? Your job is to hit the damn baseball, right? So yesterday, Mercedes came up and the Twins threw behind him. Not at his head, threw behind him at his leg, below the belt, threw behind him. Just, hey, we don't appreciate that mess. And Tony La Russa, who is the 106-year-old manager, how old is he? 170, whatever he is? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Did not back his player. In fact, what do you call him, dumb? For hitting the ball out of the ballpark? You don't swing at a 3-0 pitch in a 14-3 game or 14. What was the score? 14.
So it starts with Tony La Russa agreeing with Minnesota being upset at it.
Yeah, the other team.
Saying, "Oh, we're going to handle this internally." Then the next day, they throw behind Mercedes, and all Tony La Russa does after the game said, "I agree with that decision." What a joke! The dude who doesn't know the rules of baseball. Fantastic. You have a great resume. You're in this position. Jerry Reinsdorf gave you a sweetheart deal. He's your buddy. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. If I'm the Chicago White Sox, seeing Tony La Russa not back a player after he was thrown at, question him for hitting a bomb in a 3-0 count. When it was Minnesota, that was the embarrassment that put a position player on the mound to finish a game. And then agree with Minnesota? How do those players let Tony La Russa back in that locker room? How do they respect that guy? I don't care what you've done. I don't care about your resume. What are you doing right now other than embarrassing yourself and making the team look bad?
I'm with you like 75%. I am. I'm so over this don't hit a 3-0 pitch. This is Fernando Tatis last year, right? Although that was off of a pitcher.
It doesn't make sense to me because the same people that are sitting there complaining, the Twins broadcasters, the Twins themselves, well, they're the same people that come at you for not running hard enough down the first baseline, for players being too nice, for not finishing games. And here you are doing your job, and yet you can't do that?
You can't. Okay, so what they're telling you is you're right. You cannot do that. You can't swing at a 3-0 pitch against some lollipop throwing third baseman. That's right. That's what they're telling you. But now, if it was 3-1, I guess it might have been okay. Right? If it was 3-1, would it have been okay?
So just roll over and not finish the game?
This goes back to the Fernando Tatis thing last year when he hit that grand slam in Texas on a 3-0 pitch and people lost their bleeping minds. And play baseball. I'm kind of at the point where I understand why you put a guy like that out there, because you don't want to burn arms. But if you want to get a guy out and put out a pitcher, put a pitcher out there as opposed to a position player. Guy's job is to hit the baseball. I guess I'm so over this. You can't hit a 3-0 pitch in a 14-5 game. Oh, really? Where's the line? Is it after the 7th inning? Is it 9 runs? Like where are the damn rules? If it's a 4-run game and it's the 9th inning and it's a 3-0 pitch, can I swing? You're within a like where are the flipping rules? But and you're right. Tony La Russa's got to back his player. Okay, this is where he's your guy, but Tony La Russa believes that way, okay? So don't you have to kind of say what you believe? Do you want Tony La Russa to come out? He obviously believes in those rules, and he's not the only one, by the way. You can tell me that he's antiquated and he's old and the game's past him, but all these other people believe that too. The Twins, and what? Why are you laughing?
No, the La Russa, he believes that,
and so
but
do a lot of
not
other
be
people.
The manager of this team.
Why?
This young, exciting team that is trying to have fun playing baseball. And you got this guy that's telling them not to. You got a guy now that's not backing up.
What else did he do besides
own player?
What else did he do that he's telling them not to have fun? If he believes in that old school baseball, do you want him to come out and go, and just tell you what he doesn't believe? Or do you want him to tell you what he believes in? He believes in you shouldn't hit a 3-0 pitch in the whatever inning in a 14-5 game when there's a position player. I think that's garbage, but that's what he believes in. And obviously there's a lot of other people who believe it. I don't think it's majority anymore. But there's other people who do feel that way. Do you want him to just come out and just say what he doesn't believe? Now, I agree with you. He should back his player. So he's in a tough spot. But what should he say?
Well, that's fine. He can say what he believes, and it could still not work for that team.
Because he believes that you shouldn't hit a 3-0 ball out of the park? Like, what else has he done to not make it fun? What else has he done to not make it fun?
Understand the rules, too, of the game. Like...
Which rule? Oh, the second base?
Well, your closer's not starting inning at second base?
Yeah, that's a new rule. That one kind of came in late. He probably should have an assistant tell him, hey, there's a new rule in baseball. The thing that happened last year that carried over.
We'll just read some more quotes from Tony La Russa on this specifically and see how this is going to go.
We're going to continue this because I'm with you 75% on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, Things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
7 o'clock in the morning. 7 a.m. where have you been?
7 a.m. Where is your mother? Oh, you made the mics hot.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and J.J. Buck.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your name. And J.J. Buck. It's my favorite. At 7 a.m., where is your mother? I know. I kind of like that. All right, we're going back into this because I see you're riled up on this one too. But let me hit this because James has been holding this opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. We're talking about the White Sox Twins situation. Yermin Mercedes hits a home run on 3-0 pitch 2 nights ago against the Twins in a 14. What did you tell me? 14-5 game.
When he swung at the pitch, it was 15-4.
Oh, I'm sorry, 15-4. What inning was it?
And he was the one disrespecting the game, not the Twins with the position plan.
Yeah, what inning? Late in the game, 7th, 8th inning?
Yeah.
All right, and so Twins took exception to it, threw behind him. Obviously, his own manager, Tony La Russa, took exception.
That was the top of the 9th inning.
All right. Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, let's just go home. I got dinner reservations. Bruin James, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. What's up, James?
Okay, you ever read the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu?
No.
Okay, well, The Art of War, he teaches there's only winning and losing. There's no moral victory.
Yeah.
There's no honor. It's just winning or losing. That's all he goes by. That's all he teaches you in his book.
All right.
So at the end of the day, when I'm up the bat with a 3-0 pitch, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to knock it out of the park. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, is it my fault that you're not good enough to keep up with us?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know?
Yep.
So,
all right.
And the other thing, hey, Pop did coach at Pomona Pizza. I remember a friend of mine. We were watching the championship. He goes, "Hey, you know that guy coached that, right?" And I was like, "Popovich?" He goes, "Yeah. He coached over there at Pomona Pizza in Claremont."
There's a good buddy of mine, a good buddy of mine who's a local attorney, Raynard Struck, played for him, and Ray came on. Remember when Pop broke the all-time win record or whatever it was? Ray came on with us. No, a good friend of mine played for him at Pomona Pizza and still goes every year and goes to, except for a COVID year, every year goes to a game. Pop has a bunch of his former players and hosts them in San Antonio, and he goes every year. He can't talk enough great things about him. So yeah, absolute truth. Yep.
Right on. Okay. Take care, guys.
Later.
Right
on. All right. Jim told me, he sent an email. He says La Russa's bullpen management makes baseball not fun for White Sox fans. All right. So let's get back to this because I'm going to tell you, I agree with you 75%. I agree. Then get him out. Then don't throw a damn position player out there. What do you expect? I understand why you throw a position player out there. You've gone through your bullpen. You just don't want to burn another arm. You're waving the white flag. You're getting to the finish line. You're down 14-5. It's the 9th inning. Let's just go home. Baseball's unwritten rules, the old school guys, which, by the way, doesn't only mean old guys. It means old school guys. There's plenty of young guys who think this way. Think you don't hit a 3. Now, if he'd have done that on a 3-1 pitch, I guess it would have been okay. I'm not really sure where we would have played this one out. La Russa's old school. Obviously, the Twins are old school. The Rangers are old school. So I'm with you on all of the. I think it's a bunch of garbage as far as go out and play baseball. You want to get me out? Get me out. If not, I'm going to hit a 3-0 pitch over the wall. I don't give a damn. But my only pullback on this is if La Russa feels this way, and obviously he does, and he's not the only one. What's he supposed to do? Now, he's got to back his player. to your point, how does he walk in that locker room with a bunch of young, exciting, fun players and go in and these guys are supposed to play for him when he didn't have their back? And to say, he's clueless and now he's got a clue and all that. You just read me a quote off the air, and I'll ask you to read it again. That's my only pushback. This is what this man believes. He's a very accomplished baseball guy. I don't know that I think the game has passed him by. Maybe it has. But what's he supposed to do? That's what he believes in.
You're right, Jeff. He's telling the truth. Well, the truth should get him ostracized in that locker room.
And it may.
Because of what he did. This is a quote from Tony La Russa on Mercedes. Big mistake. The fact that he's a rookie and excited helps explain why he just was clueless. But now he's got a clue. And then he went on to say that they're going to handle it in-house. He's going to be disciplined in the locker room. Like, that's just outrageous.
Discipline him for what? Did he break a rule? Did you?
And he said that he wanted him to take the 3-0 pitch, and he didn't.
Well, let me ask you this. If he put the take sign on, right? Boom, boom, here I go, take sign, all right? And he ignored the take sign. I guess that would be a finable offense, right? That would be violating whatever your kangaroo court says, right? Would you have a problem if he gave him the take sign and he swung at it?
Not in a 15-4 game.
So take sign, and what your manager tells you at that point doesn't matter?
At that point, absolutely. Like, there's a catcher lobbing baseballs up there. The first 2 outs, everyone was like, oh, he got him out. The position player got him out, enjoying it. And then when the dude goes yard, it's,
I'm with you on that.
Whoa.
Yeah, look, I'm with all that.
And Mercedes, that's a home run for him. He's having an unbelievable start to the season.
Yeah.
That's his stats. That's his resume for this year. This is his first time making a mark in the big leagues. And you know what? When we look back, we're not going to go, his 8th home run of the season, that's the one he hit. It's going to go, the dude hit 28 bombs.
So if I put a take sign on you, it's 3-0 and it's in the 6th inning or the 3rd inning or the 1st inning. I put a take sign on. That's okay. You can't hit that fastball right down the plate out the park. But I put one on in the 9th inning on a 48-mile-an-hour eephus pitch. You could have hit the next ball out of the park, by the way. But I put a take sign on at 3-0 in the 9th inning. That's different?
Well, why are you even putting a take sign on?
It's 3-0. I don't. Exactly. That's a fair point. Now, I'll ask you that.
If you want the game over,
fair.
Let him swing away.
Look, I
not walk to first and another batter come up that can't swing.
Because that's the unwritten rules, and it's a 14-5 game, and 15-4 game in the 9th inning.
So you want him to walk to first base.
This is where I agree with you 75%. Right?
Sit there and take pitches, and so you're just gonna walk until someone strikes out, not swinging.
Yeah. No. This is where I'm with you on that, but. He put the take sign on. He was at the top of the dugout. I told the player, I'm the manager. It's like I put the bunt sign on. And you said no. I'm swinging away. It's the same concept, although it's in the 9th inning of an 11-run game.
You're up by 11 runs.
Yeah.
The 3-0 count with 2 outs.
Yeah. Again, so where is the rule?
I think when I look at it from La Russa's standpoint. Yeah. Why are you still out there managing the game if you're going to get mad at him for swinging? You want it to be over. You want him to walk, and the next guy not playing.
You're telling him not to play. Look, I all that. I think I agree with the concept.
If it's a 1-run game in a 4th inning, and you want to bunt, you want to play small ball, and the guy strikes out, of course you're going to have a different conversation than up by 11 in the 9th just trying to end it.
Can we just go home? Yeah. Well, damn it, he hit the ball out of the park and took a jog around. I got to sit here.
And he wouldn't have gone home anyway if he would have been ball forward or walked first, the next batter would come up. And you're telling him not to swing at pitches?
Yeah, it would have been a strike. And then what do you do on 3-1? Can he
just tell him to take until he strikes out?
This is going to be a good conversation with Warren today. Because is it okay to hit the 3-1 pitch out of the park? Is that when it's okay to hit a ball out of the yard? I can't hit the 3-0 pitch? Or can I not hit a home run against a position player throwing 48-mile-an-hour pus? Because it's 14. Like at what point? Where's the damn line that I should stop playing baseball? Should we have a mercy rule?
And then just to make it worse by agreeing with Minnesota, you could be like, I wasn't pleased with the situation. We had a conversation with Mercedes, but Twins don't need to be throwing out my guys after that.
Yeah, this is.
But to go out there and be like, I agree with that.
So say that again, because this is what he should have said.
He could have been like, I wasn't pleased with the situation. I talked with Mercedes about it. We were just playing out the end of a game, much like Minnesota was, with a position player on the mound. But I don't appreciate that the Twins then throwing a baseball at one of my guys.
Yeah. At least he threw it below the belt behind him, didn't throw it at his head. I'll give him that. I guess I would have been more politically correct, more.
That's how you should handle the locker room, not have the bunch of guys walk in and go. So manager, if the dude hits me, if I might have been too boisterous on a play, you're gonna be cool with that?
Yeah, but he's got to have a conversation with why he did that, where his old school, baseball is, and teach the game. But teach the game, understanding that it's not. Look, it's somewhat amazing to me. You think back, how long was the Kirk Gibson home run off Dennis Eckersley was 12 and 21. It's 33 years ago. 33 years ago, a long time, right? He was a veteran manager then, wasn't he? Right? He was with the veteran manager with the A's then. 33 years later, here he is still on the bench. How old is he?
76.
All right. I don't know that that's too old to manage or not. I know you might.
I don't think it's too old, man. It's just ridiculous that you are sitting there. You're so ingrained in, you can't do this, that you're agreeing with the team throwing a baseball at one of your guys.
That's the issue. Yeah, that's where I'm with you more than anything else. How do you not back?
You're calling the dude clueless.
Yeah. How do you not back your guy in a situation like this? You're going to back the other team. Yeah, no, they should have thrown at him. Basically, you're saying.
And then if you would have been hit, at least it wasn't in the face like Kevin Pilar, so be happy.
Yeah, I would have backed right. You got to back your guy, even if you believe that they're right. You got to back your guy. Jim says he's 176 in baseball years. He said he put on the take sign, then walked to the top of the dugout to give it again. So, I mean, he was obviously saying, do not swing at this damn pitch. And he swung at it. Now, you got two conversations here. Why is he putting the take sign on? Well, who cares, man? 3-0. I wonder, in baseball today, and another Warren Schaefer question, percentage of time throughout a regular game. Now, obviously, each situation's different. Who's the pitcher? Who's the batter? What's the situation of the game? 3-0 pitches, what's the percentage you think they put the take sign on? On a 3-0 pitch, is it 67%? Whatever. I don't know.
Like it's probably all situational.
Right. No, it's obviously situational. So I'd love to know what the percentages are. So then this situation, in a blowout, the manager put on the take sign, and he came out of the dugout and put it on again, made it very clear, and dude said, "Bleep you, Skip. I'm hitting the ball out of the yard." Okay. So obviously there's a respect issue. Player doesn't respect the manager. You got
have a conversation. After the game.
I agree with that.
Don't throw him under the bus like you did.
Yeah, I agree. Well, he embarrassed you. You're out there going like this, and he kind of looked at you and then hit the ball out of the yard. Right?
Okay.
But have a conversation.
Fantastic.
I agree with you.
Man up in the locker room, then. Don't sit there and call him clueless and then agree with Minnesota throwing at him.
Look, I agree with you on that. The only place I think you and I differ is what should he have said if the man, La Russa believes a certain way. That's what he's going to say.
Don't trash your player. Don't trash your play.
I agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you. And how are you going to go and get that locker room back now? Yeah, no, it's going to be tough. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Just where are you? Old school, new school on the baseball? Because this one ain't going away now. I'll tell you straight up. And if you're a Chicago fan, I guess a White Sox fan, I guess there's a couple of you. This one's not going away. And that's a fun.
Can Chicago then come back and be upset and how disrespectful you guys were throwing a position player at us on the mound? So I'm going to throw a baseball at you for not respecting the game.
Who do you throw it at? Just whoever? Mitch Garver? I mean, whoever? It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Zen Windows can help you up.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup, scores.
underneath the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in! We get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the...
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program
at... Looking forward to doing it with Warren Schaefer. ISOP's manager is going to join us coming up at 9:30. We'll talk about his club, how he's feeling, how he's hanging in there. Blame Josh Sushan's final call last night, too. But I always love when we get into this because you get the hardcores who are going, you just don't do it. You respect the damn game. Respect the game. You don't hit a 3-0 pitch when a position player's playing. I mean, somewhere it's unwritten somewhere. Somewhere that's the thing. And there's other people who say, bleep that, play baseball. Get me out. Right? I'm out there. I mean, you got me playing in the 9th inning. There's a pitch I'm going to hit the damn ball. Right?
Yes.
All right, should you steal a base? If you're up 15-4, 9th inning, position player in, should you steal a base?
No.
All right, so there is a line for you.
Well,
No, because I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that at that point, 15-4, you advance. There's like a ball in the dirt. Something gets away.
That's fine, but I mean, should you put on a hit and run or steal a base?
I don't think that's like at that point in time. I think that's different than you're in the batter's box. The first two dudes that the position player just got out, everyone was probably like, ah.
Yeah, they're laughing at you.
You're
They're
the
clowning
ones that
you.
aren't supposed to do anything at this point.
Okay, so there is a line for you. So you shouldn't steal.
I don't think.
Okay.
At that point in time, you need to just be running bases to do it. I think that there you can still respect the game to play it without taking a base at that point in time up 11.
11:10 a.m. Twins White Sox must see TV today. By the way, Jim. Good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Jim.
Well, as one of 6 White Sox fans outside of a 10-mile radius of Comiskey Park and a listener of the program, I felt obligated to call. So
yeah, no, what do you got?
So what fires me up, man, is that like there's this idyllic version of baseball being played harmoniously in 1960s according to some set of unwritten rules. Like, can these guys just play baseball and be themselves? The other 2 major leagues, right, the NFL and the NBA have allowed it. The games have evolved. Last year you had the celebration cameras, and it's just silly. And as a White Sox fan, like it's very disappointing because you have a young team that is exciting, right? And all of a sudden you try to dial the clock back to 1983, and now you've made a low reward, high risk managerial play, and there's going to be trouble. And what that team's doing, you guys, I'm sure hopefully don't follow them as close as I do. They're 25-16. They've probably lost 4 to 5 games because of managerial decisions, and they're playing without 3 of their top 5 hitters, and Robert, Jimenez, and Abreu right now. Like, the team
and yet they're in first place by 2.5 games still.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate for baseball that they keep recycling a lot of these guys like La Russa, right? Like, aren't there other options? And you know why it happens, because, I mean, the owners make the decisions and they have their cronies, and that's where it goes. But it's just, at a high level, it's just silly, man. Like,
all right, so you think La Russa is and I'm not watching, you're right, I'm not watching the White Sox game, so I don't know what games they lost because of managerial decisions. I'm going to tell you that every team has lost a game or 2 along the way because of a decision that didn't work, whether it's pulling a pitcher, not pulling a pitcher, put wrong pinch hitter, whatever. But you think that he should not be managing this team?
So I'll give you a new stat I just came up with while talking to you. The LAR. The MLAR, the managerial losses above replacement. Like, he's had at least 3 of those. And no, I don't. I mean, that's the short answer. And that, I mean, you've seen it play out in the first 5 weeks of the season. At some point, you can't have that many gaps, not backing up your players, not knowing the rules, making poor bullpen decisions, and keep your team, right? At some point, that just adds up. And so there's a lot of good choices out there, man. I mean, when I'm 45 years old, when I went to my first White Sox game when I was 4 years old in 1979, do you know who the manager was?
Tony La Russa.
There you go.
Yeah, some things change and some things change the same. Yep, or something like that. All right, man. Good to hear you. Don't be a stranger.
Bye.
See you, Dr. Jim, back in. It's been a while since we've heard him. Yeah, I guess 79 is 21 and 20, 42 years ago. It's a long time ago to have the same dude manage. Now, he's done a whole lot since. I'm not like, I hear all of that, and actually I agree with all of it. The game's got to evolve. So you've got, for you there is an unwritten rule somewhere. It's just not that one.
Well, I think you play it out. Yeah. Like, if there's a dude on base and there's a hit, you advance. If you go first to third, so be it.
Fine.
Like, you play out the game.
Play baseball.
And I think you can still play the game and not necessarily go take second and third in an 11-run game. But I just sit there. And it's 3-0. There's 2 outs. Obviously, the other guy swung and didn't do anything in the inning. But this is going to be the moment. You're Tony La Russa that's looking at this young kid and going, you know what? I'm going to throw him under the bus. And I'm going to back the Minnesota Twins as well the next day when they decide to throw behind him. And this is going to be what I need to do for my first place baseball.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to it. In how he's going to win that locker room. Like, it's hard enough for a 76-year-old guy to relate to a 21-year-old, who maybe doesn't speak the language, who's from a different part of the world, who's coming up and playing baseball, and who's young and energetic and fun. Right. So you've won. He was really good. Like by the way, Tony La Russa was a really good manager. I don't know if he is anymore. I'm not watching him closely enough. He's got to back his team. One thing, of all the things that haven't changed, you got to back your players. Here's something that hasn't changed. Now, back in the day, you can be hard on your players. You can call your players out. You can call them dumb. You can call them, what did he say, clueless. You can call them those things back in the 70s and 80s. Today's player doesn't respond to that. And by the way, they probably don't need to respond.
Well, in that specific moment.
Yeah, back your player.
Like, you're up by 11. The rest of the team's not going to feel bad the dude hit a home run. If Tony La Russa wants to be like, you know what, we're going to have a conversation because this is what I wanted. Yep. But that's not what happened. Fine. But for that locker room to sit back and say, wait, you're smashing this dude because he ended up hitting a home run.
Yep. That's right.
Like, if he would have flown out to center field in that situation, would you still be mad that?
Well, he might have been, but we would never have had this conversation. And to your point that I didn't really think of, the two guys before got out. Now I don't know that anybody's sitting in a dugout down 15-4 clowning on them, right? Oh man, you can't even get a hit off of a left fielder throwing pus. I'm gonna guess there wasn't a lot of chirping coming out of a dugout when they're losing 15-4. Now, if there was, I got another. We got.
No, not chirping, but it's because a lot of this too came from the broadcasting side. When he smashed that, the Twins broadcast was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. What is he doing?" Well, I'm sure the first two out there like, "Oh, that's Stadillo getting the job done on the mound."
Yeah, it's got to work both ways. That's why I'm with you. The majority of the conversation, the argument, I'm with you. The only thing that I'm struggling with, I got a guy who's convicted in what he believes in. Right, this is what he believes. And by the way, he's not on an island. He's not the only one who believes you shouldn't swing at a 3-0 pitch against a.
Well, if you have that much experience, handle the situation better, Tony. You can be upset, and
I'm with you. You can
say, you know what? We had a miscommunication.
Yep.
We talked to Mercedes about it.
And we're clear.
And we're clear on the situation.
Yep.
And the Twins don't need to be throwing at my players.
Yep.
And not call him.
And I think that's right.
And not say I would have done the same thing if I was Minnesota.
Yep. And by the way, he would have. And he would have. Absolutely.
And I think the players, too, at some point in time need to question themselves. Like, what do you expect to happen? The Twins are upset. Well, you're down 11 runs throwing a position player, and yet it's the White Sox that are disrespecting the game of baseball.
Yep.
I think the players, too, at some point in time have to look in the mirror. These pitchers throwing these pitches. Because we're talking about the game changing, and so many players want the game to evolve, want to take a step forward. Why are you still throwing those pitches? Why are you still listening to that?
That's what you got. I mean, I'm not burning any arms. All right, we're going to talk some hoops.
I'm talking about the dude throwing at.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, why are you doing well? Because Skip told me to do it. Skip told me to do it. Rocco Baldelli got thrown out, too, the Twins manager. All right, hoops when we get back. Sebastian Noel's at the top of the hour. Should there be a shot clock in high school basketball locally? We'll talk about the pros and cons of that. I think absolutely there should be. Bottom of the hour at 9:30, an hour from about now, Warren Schaefer, the Isotopes manager, is going to be with us as well.
Eat Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McClain and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona
The
and New
gym
Mexico.
that brings it all together with high-intensity group workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven. Check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app to see the schedule of classes. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial and get going. And with classes available 7 days a week, you will find one that works for you. F45 has helped me take my fitness health seriously once again. The atmosphere is great. And the workouts are a new challenge every day to keep your mind and body moving forward. Certified trainers help motivate and modify, and they create a great gym experience that will have you focused on getting everything you can out of that 45-minute session. So don't wait any longer. Create your own gym identity right now at F45. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Hoops tonight, Lakers-Warriors. That'll be the 7-8 game and your late game tonight on ESPN. The winner of that will advance into the grid, JJ, as they like to say. The grid. That's the playoff field. And then the loser will advance. So bizarre. The loser will advance to the elimination game and play the winner of the 9-10 game between Memphis and San Antonio. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Josh is up. It looks like he's asleep, dude. Honestly, I thought, he's looking at his phone. I thought he was asleep in his chair.
Him? At the wheel? Never.
Yeah, no, I actually literally thought he was just his head was gonna tilt to the side, just be done. Josh is driving the ship on ProView. It's good to see you, by the way. It's been a long time since you've been on this, had to slum it on this program, huh?
Everybody has to do their share.
It's good.
Aaron gets his time off, We might be switching it up. The basketball season's done. We were doing 90 games a week, so get back.
Hey, give me something to talk to your guy, Sebastian Noel, about. He's coming on, the big star over there at ProView Networks, like your big star now.
Nah. We're equal opportunity guys here. I mean, we have a slew of announcers here that everybody does a great job. JJ Buck, Ed Nunez, everybody there.
Yeah. But Sebastian Noel's the star who comes on our show. I mean,
okay, on your show. I mean, I think you got it there. The shot clock issue, that one seems to be bumping up, man.
All right. We'll hit that coming up at 9 o'clock. He'll be with us. Bob's producing for us on the radio side. He'll take your calls at 505-246-0610. All right, Steph Curry, LeBron James, big names tonight. Here's Steph. These teams played earlier in the season. They played. None of it matters now, according to Steph.
Yeah, there's familiarity with them at full strength. I don't know if anybody else was missing outside of AD and Brown when we came down here and won the first time, but like you said, we had a different identity when we came back here right after All-Star break and right before, can't remember. And then when they came to the Bay, we were a different team than we are now too. So kind of works both ways.
Did you just tell me, I don't know if anyone was missing other than AD and Bron? Does it matter if anybody else was different other than Anthony Davis and LeBron? Like, oh yeah, they didn't have.
Alex Caruso didn't play that game. You could tell the difference for sure for the backcourt.
What are we doing? Sometimes I listen to stuff and I get it. We ask guys to talk and what are they supposed to say? But yeah, I don't know if anybody. I mean, aside from LeBron James didn't play and Anthony Davis, but other than that, I think they're pretty much the same team. What? Like I don't even know what that means. But it'll be a good watch tonight. Last night you had the Celtics beat the Wizards 118-100. Jason Tatum went for JJ. He went for 50 in the playoff opener this year. So Celtics move on. Pacers beat the Hornets 144-117. So your 261 on the over was pretty safe, huh? Over was the number. Yeah, you gave
Indiana almost did it by themselves.
Yeah, you gave people that money last night. You put money in their pocket yesterday. All right, let me get you some emails. They come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Ken says, maybe the most presage statement ever on this award-winning opening drive. The weather in Albuquerque is great except when you need it to be, like during bowl games and big golf tournaments. With that, what was that yesterday? I looked at the thermometer thingy on the wall mid-afternoon. It was like 50 degrees on May 18th. We've been lucky with bowl game weather now. I mean, we've had, a couple of days, but out of the 14 that we played in Albuquerque, I'm not complaining about bowl game weather. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, it was. Remember the last time they had the regional here? The John Rahm Day?
When it was nasty.
It was dumb wind, like 50, 60 mile an hour wind when John Rahm was here with Arizona State. And I mean, like one of those days where trees are being uprooted in Albuquerque, New Mexico in the spring. And it's just how it was. Lobo Hobo said the relief was palpable last night, Jeff, as Albuquerque's baseball team might have saved their season with the help of a favorable whistle. There was a lot of booing last night directed at the refs in beautiful El Paso, Texas. Isotopes win last night and snapped their 6-game skid. We'll have the call for you. It's a terrific call at the end of the game. I mean, they won it on a big defensive play and come from behind fashion. And, oh, yeah, buddy. It was something else last night. So we'll talk to Warren Schaefer coming up at 9:30 this morning and get you caught up with him. Just kind of how's he doing, right? How you holding up, Skip? You okay?
I think he's happy. He gets to manage baseball. Didn't get to do that last year.
All right. It's good. It's good. Didn't lose 10 out of 12 last year either. Glenn says, so I hear there was a big coffee upgrade, Jeffers, the Cumulus Kitchen during the hiatus. P.S. this weekend I can finally run the AC for a few minutes just to make sure it still worked. This morning the heat's back on. WTH. Good thing there's global warming, or it might really be cold. Like this never happened before. Like spring. I love. Oh well, it's cold. It can't be global warming. Oh, it's weird. Look at the climate. Like we've never had swings in weather in the spring in Albuquerque, New Mexico before.
Sounds like a bunch of rookies in Albuquerque spring.
Climate change. That means it'll never get cold. I'm not going House of Strauss on this thing, but like everybody loves to just swing whatever they want to fit their argument.
Well, yeah, but this is the rule.
What's the rule?
The rule is weather is what happens day to day, like what we are experiencing, and climate change is what happens over centuries.
Okay.
So you can't say because the weather is, because yesterday was windy and cold, that's climate change. No, that's weather.
It's weather. No, that's right. Like it's never changed weather before. Like 40, 50, 60 years ago, the weather didn't change.
Yeah.
Go back and look at the weather pattern. I mean, whether you believe in
went up by 1 degree every day of the year.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And what are we doing? We never had snow in Albuquerque in May. Yeah, we have. I'm not even sure what that means. By the way, what's the deal with the coffee? I saw coffee pots, and I'm bringing my own. But I guess Clark made a big deal about it on his show this morning.
I guess so. Yeah, there's a new coffee machine out there. It looks like it's taking the same amount as the air pot.
What do you mean it's taking the same
as far as coffee grounds?
How the recipe for the coffee?
Yeah, I think it's a bit stronger.
So I used to put like 1.5 bags to make the carafes on the old one. Like I think
carafes. I was a carafe guy.
Yeah, I was a carafe guy.
It kind of freaks me out.
Now if there's pots?
Yeah.
Why does it freak you out?
Someone's gonna drop like 2 of them.
I promise. I promise.
So I think the coffee's a bit stronger than what it was.
Oh, that's good. I think that's good.
Just play with it.
You a strong coffee guy, or you like it like a little lighter, weaker?
Depends.
Depends. I didn't ask what kind of underwear you're wearing. I asked how you like your coffee.
Oh, you don't want to know that either.
I know. I like my coffee. I mean, if I'm going to drink it, let me taste it. I'm not.
Yeah, I just take it. I don't have taste buds. I just drink it.
My favorite coffee is whatever is available.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you, JJ.
Is that like beer?
Yeah.
I've never met anybody whose favorite beer is not free, ever.
Okay.
Have you?
No.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Free beer? You got a beer? Yeah. Free beer is always people's favorite.
Yes.
Now,
usually free anything is everybody's favorite.
I think that's right. And now that we got into beer snobbery, the micro brew beers and the IPA people, well, I'm not taking one of those Coors Lights for free. I'm not drinking that crap. All right, don't go knock yourself out. There's a $10 beer right there. Go do your thing. All right, 505-246-0610. Top of the hour. Sebastian Noel's going to be with us. We'll talk high school sports. 9:30. We will catch up with Warren Schaefer, the skipper of the Albuquerque Isotopes. Meanwhile, it's springtime, right? That's what the weather is. The whipping weather, the crazy weather. That's going to be summertime, and it's going to be super hot. Bottom line is it's time, gentlemen, for you to feel like you again, to feel better. If you are feeling sluggish, maybe you're regularly tired, carrying a few extra pounds, or dealing with erectile dysfunction, call NewMail. They can help you feel like you again. I know you know this. I know you've heard it a lot, but it's hard to sometimes accept. As you age, things like fatigue and low T and ED are natural. Really, really good chance that you're going to be affected somehow. Call NewMail at 505-652-1688 or visit them online at NewMail, NUMALE.com, and you can take care of it. NewMail leads the way when it comes to this, when it comes to men's health, helping men feel better and battle nature. Testosterone replacement that is cutting edge. This process is easy, it's comfortable, and it is local. But the best part of all of it, the results are proven, and they're absolutely real. It works. Call NewMail, make an appointment, 505-652-1688. I get it. Sometimes the toughest part is that first part, just making the call. Don't put it off. It is time to feel well, time to feel like you again, and NewMail will help. 505-652-1688. Or visit NewMail.com and feel like you again.
Stay fresh out there with Smart Mouth mouthwash.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side where you can watch. Lakers, that's like premier watching, and you get it in a play-in tournament. ESPN got just lucky there. They're going to love that. And I'm not sure they're going to love the first game. We'll see who stays up late for the late game tonight. Lakers and Warriors tonight, 8 o'clock. Well, you don't think that everybody's running must-see TV?
Ja Morant. DeJounte Murray action.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I'm telling you. Ja Morant's a good watch now. The Ja Morant's a good watch. And actually, Memphis is kind of a fun little team to, well, I say fun little team, fun team to watch. I'm not sure I got a lot for you on San Antonio.
Greg Popovich's last game on the sideline.
Could it be?
Dun, dun, dun.
Could it be? Ooh, your face shook when you did that too. All right, I got a limited time. I better get to Edward because I don't want to cheat him on a segment. Hello, Edward. Good morning.
You know, the Crusher segment is much appreciated throughout the greater 505 and maybe the 575 area codes. You know, and Crusher prides himself on being devastatingly handsome, tragically brilliant, and painfully accurate. By the way, Crusher has his eye on a Hall of Fame candidate. And Terry, if you're listening, I thoroughly enjoy your calls. They're conscientious. They flow nicely. It's good subject matter. If you're listening, I hope you are. Just continue because I might get you fitted. Maybe 44 medium, 44 large. You let me know because you're on the list. Yesterday, David calls in, and he was in New Jersey. This is how Crusher permeates, not outside of the 505 region. And he said he was approached by a beautiful woman. And at first he thought, hey, do you know the Crusher? When that lady approached him. So, David, I appreciate the shout-out yesterday. You will be much appreciated, so thank you for that content. Hey, is it too much to ask Westbrook? I like Westbrook. I think he's fascinating. He's the second incarnate of Allen Iverson, 3 inches taller, instead of 6 foot, he's 6'3". One of the most phenomenal physical talents we've seen in the past 25 to 30 years. But can you not get blasted in the playing game? It's not all his fault. There's other variables. But my gosh, at least be competitive, right? And his career mirrors Allen Iverson's in some capacities. They both made it to an NBA Finals. They didn't close the deal, but still, he'll be a Hall of Fame player. I thoroughly enjoy watching him play. But come on, man, be competitive. I was disappointed with that turnout. And then I followed James Borrego's career intently, and I was really rooting for him. I feel that the Hornets should have been maybe a 5 or 6 seed. They shouldn't have been a 10 seed this year. Has Jordan's career as an owner or GM been a colossal failure? I think it's been a colossal failure. Greatest player in NBA history.
Gordon Hayward?
I mean, it's so bad, JJ. And I feel bad for Borrego because I hope he makes it through this, which I think he will, and continue success because he's at the elite level in coaching. But that leads me to Kwame Brown, which, by the way, Jordan drafted. How about Kwame Brown freaking slinging the sledgehammer on people that were critics of him in the past? The biggest thing about Kwame Brown was when, was it Jerry West, who was the GM of the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Lakers post the Shaq era couldn't get out of the first round.
So they gave him Pau.
And they traded him straight up for Pau Gasol, which was preeminent in Kobe's fourth and fifth championships.
Yep, God bless him.
That was one of the biggest steals in the history of the league. Anyway, I know you're coming up on break. I appreciate the truncated segment, but hopefully we shared some thoughts and some positive energy. And thank you for taking my call.
So to your point, he said Jordan's been an absolute unmitigated failure. I know I'm paraphrasing, maybe putting an extra few syllables in there. Unmitigated failure in regards to ownership. And your response was, because I don't think he heard it.
No, he didn't. Did Michael Jordan hit Gordon Hayward with a baseball bat to cause?
Why me? Why me?
Lead pipe to the knee?
Go Nancy Kerrigan. Why?
That's when they fell off a cliff. Is Gordon Hayward got hurt? LaMelo Ball got hurt?
Yep. I mean, that's a different team with LaMelo Ball.
10th.
Yeah, that's with LaMelo Ball and Gordon Hayward. I mean, look, they're not the one. They're not Brooklyn. Take your two best players. Well, I guess you kind of did. Is Golden State different with Klay Thompson there?
Yes.
They're not in the play-in tournament, right? Go down the list. Is Boston better with Jaylen Brown?
Just a little bit.
They're probably not in the play-in tournament. I mean, he went out and made the signing of Gordon Hayward. Got hurt. They drafted LaMelo Ball. He got hurt. 505-246-0610. We come back. Should there be a shot clock in high school basketball in New Mexico? Sebastian Noel from ProView Networks is going to join us. Let's have that conversation on the opening drive. On ProView Networks and the 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Oh, here's the steal coming in. Can she get the point?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in! Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I'm New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and J.J. Buck.
All right, so we're into college. We're getting to high school baseball around here and softball, and high school sports schedule is going to go through through past graduation, past school letting out. It's just going to be the way COVID has made things happen, but at least we're getting things. And for most of us, we can walk around unmasked without Eagles masks on around here. We're talking White Sox, Eagles. What the hell's going on in this place? Bobcat just told me Noel's on one. I believe that to be Sebastian Noel. Let's talk a little high school sports. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, and the big dog over at the big place, ProView Networks. Sebastian Noel joins us on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. How you living?
So, can't complain. You know, took in a softball game last night in the rain. Living the life.
Yeah, it'll be nice and sunny now today. I think we get those. Everybody loses their mind. And every year, sometime in May, we either get rain, we get snow, we always get the wind. And what's going on with the calendar? I don't know, man. It's May in New Mexico. And people lose their minds like they're caught off guard. The Isotopes are going to come home. They're going to get beautiful weather this weekend. They usually, sometimes they get caught in it. They certainly get caught in the when we start to get the monsoons. But man, go out and enjoy it because you're going to get great weather this weekend. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Hey, I want to get into the shot clock stuff, but what should we be watching baseball-wise around here? Obviously, Sandia's got some great pitching. If somebody wants to go out and say, all right, we're the prospects, what should I go watch? Who should I see? You would point them towards where?
Well, baseball is very similar to football, where it's the usual suspects, right? So in the city, you mentioned Sandia. If you have a chance to watch Jacob Kamat's pitch, I would highly recommend you do that. La Cueva, very good, as always. Rio Grande, if you're on that side of town, Rio Grande's got a team that, they're a contender always. And then you got Rio Rancho and Cleveland, right? Those are it's the same faces in the city. So those are the ones that you try. And with district play starting, you're going to have a chance to see a Rio Rancho versus Cleveland. You're going to have a chance to see a Sandia versus La Cueva. So that kind of steer you in the direction of all the usual suspects.
Yeah, and Sebastian, too, when you look at that, there's a player down south in Las Cruces that we're learning about who he's committed to LSU. Just what have you seen just across the state when it comes to baseball talent at the high school level?
We don't hear about it as much, but it's there. The talent's there. And baseball more so than anything, it seems like they'll find you no matter where you are. So we've always had a pretty healthy group of kids that play baseball at the next level. I mean, is it always going to be the huge D1 signings? No, those aren't, frequent, but it's always a pretty healthy share that go to the next level. I know my friend Orlando Griego at Rio Grande, he sent hundreds of kids to play at the next level.
Yep. No, and that program has been so good for so long, and because of him. All right, I want to go on to a topic that is going to, I think, create some passion, but I think the momentum is going a certain way. It's been cleared now for a shot clock vote in high school basketball. I think it should have one. You have one at the next level. I think it's better for the game. Where are you in regards to implementing a shot clock in New Mexico high school boys basketball?
Oh, I would absolutely love to see one. Do I think it's going to happen? No, probably not.
Why?
But it's necessary. I would also like to see the little charge circle under the basket, but that's a whole other topic. We'll save that for next week. But yeah, I would love to see the shot clock.
Why do you think it won't happen?
Well, when I I've taken temperatures from certain coaches, athletic directors. It seems like the sentiment at some of the smaller schools is that they don't want it. And so, the NMA is very careful about not over-representing the metro area and taking into account what everyone wants. The feedback I've gotten from them is, well, just play defense, which, that brings up a whole other argument. And there's a cost associated to it. That's what athletic directors have told me. There's a cost associated with it as well. I know in California, when they instituted the shot clock, they went from 3-man officiating crews to 2-man crews to offset that cost.
Wait a minute. What's the cost? It's a one-time cost, and you're paying somebody else, $20 a game to run the clock?
Essentially, yeah. Well, 3 games. So if you're instituting it at all 3 levels, C team, JV, varsity. So you're looking at probably, let's call it $100.
You could probably get a senior who's looking for some credit and experience to run the clock. We shouldn't not better the game. I don't think, to save $100.
I agree with 100%. Yeah, that's the New Mexico thing to do, right? Whenever there's change in front of us, we talk about what we can't do.
I hear it all the time. Yeah, and I'm tired of hearing it. I think. Do you know the percentage of states around the country that have a shot clock as opposed to those? And I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but it feels to me like the majority of states have gone that way. Certainly, every level of basketball beyond high school has a shot clock, and I'm not certain that New Mexico high school basketball is here to prepare basketball players for the next level. That's not the primary objective, and I understand that. But to make the game this relatively the same game as we're playing everywhere else in the world, and by the way, it's better for the game, it's better for the product, it's better for the student athlete, it's better for the spectator.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, it is a pretty small percentage, actually, because this is a NFHS rule. So if you're in the National Federation of High School Sports, which most state associations are, you've never had this option before. So I believe that the count of states that have a shot clock is actually relatively small. I don't have that exact number. I had it in an article a couple of weeks ago, but I don't have it anymore. But I really want to pick up on the point you're talking about, player development in the state. In my opinion, players here are already hindered by so much. And I've seen it, you see a big talented player like a J.B. White or a Sean Johnson at Siembieda or maybe a Marlon Cunningham a few years ago at Albuquerque High. If you're a talented big guy in New Mexico, you're at a disadvantage because every athletic move you make is called an offensive foul. Meanwhile, on the other end of the floor, guys are just draping on you, and they're not called for fouls. That's why I really want the circle. I think everything in New Mexico is called an offensive foul. So if you're a skilled offensive player, you're already behind the 8 ball. Even on the girls' side, you remember Amaya Brown, almost every offensive move she made was called a travel or an offensive foul. Meanwhile, defenders could just be all over her. So the players in this state are already at a disadvantage, the elite level players. This shot clock, I think, would be a great thing for the game for all the reasons you mentioned.
Sebastian Noel, ProView Networks, is with us on the opening drive this morning.
And Sebastian, when you go to the shot clocks, it would have to be an investment. And the NMAA investing in all these schools, helping them get to that point to improve the game. And it kind of goes back to your point of not just something new, but something that costs money. Is it worth the investment for the athletes to make them better? I think it's yes, but that's probably the biggest issue, right, is the cost of the installation and clocks themselves.
Yeah, and let's talk about the logistics behind that. So you need the clocks, right, which I believe are in the neighborhood of $1,000, maybe a little more, depending on if you get the optional display by the basket.
Girls don't have this?
Basically, there's an attachment that goes into the scoreboard with a little handheld attachment, and like Jeff said, any high school senior can run it. You pretty much reset it. You hit the button when you want the shot clock to reset. I've seen it done at AAU tournaments.
Yeah.
And that literally, they're just hooked up to the basket. There's a guy under the basket that resets it.
Yeah, pay the kid a hamburger and some pizza and a soda, and feed him or her. And I'm going to take you one step further, Sebastian. It might not even be a senior. You might even be able to get a sophomore or junior to do it. I know I'm stretching it here.
It's going to be the money, because you go back to the story that James Yodis wrote was last week when they voted to have this vote for the high school federations. It's about $3,900 it cost Hobbs to put in shot clocks.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
One-time expense. All right. No,
And that was, that was for the Lobos. I did read that. And, Jeff, if you're paying in hamburgers, pizza, and Coke,
I'm in.
There's probably a few media members you could get to.
I get it. I get it. Believe me, I've been around here long enough. Yeah, right? It feels right. All right, so you think it won't happen because of the cost and because of, is this another one of those tradition things? This is why we don't play state football tournaments at neutral sites, and it's always been this way?
It's such a New Mexico mindset, isn't it? Well, just go play defense. It's always been this way. It's changing the game. That's so 100% New Mexico. Yeah, I agree with you. It's we always find an excuse not to do something. Now, Sally at the NMAA, she did say that, she survey all the athletic directors, all the coaches. So, she'll get a good look at the information. But I would imagine, Jeff, if it's anything close to 50-50, we won't see a change. It would have to be an overwhelming need or want for it. I know the coaches I talked to, most of them want it.
Yeah.
The ADs are a little more split on it.
Let me ask you this. So you're telling me, let's just work with the number 3,900, all right? I think that's probably high, but all right, let's just go with 3,900 one-time cost to install. Do you know how many high school gyms there are in the state? Do you have a ballpark?
Over 200, I know that.
All right, let's just go with 200. All right, you want to go a little higher? You want to go with 220? Let's say 3,900 times 220, so it's $858,000. So that's expensive. Do you think at some point you could get that out of legislature? Right? You go. Could this be a one-time NMAA high school basketball upgrade? As much as this state legislators, hell, they play a Senate versus House basketball game every year. If you look at some of the stuff that money is allocated for. If you convince the legislature that this is a one-time expense to better high school basketball, to bring us on par, to get our student athletes better prepared for the next level, whatever, is this something that you could get paid for, do you think, through a legislative appropriation?
It's certainly a possibility. I do think that price tag, like you said, is incredibly high. The coaches I talked to, they all the same. Their reaction was, "I don't know where they got that shot clock."
Yeah, I think that's a big number.
That's about double the price that they. All the coaches seem to have quoted to me. So cut that number in half.
So you need $450,000.
Get that Santa Fe.
Yeah, you need $450,000, and I know that's a lot of money. But if you look at the budget. And the state budget and what again, I'm not belittling $500,000. I'm not. But if you told me that you're trying to get that passed through legislature to better, and this is a basketball state and how much people love basketball, and this is going to bring us up to par, or how about better yet, leading the way
on what the country does. Mm-hmm. Like, because right now it's 8 states.
Let's lead the way then. Let's lead the way in going. I mean, and that's something I think that even resonates more than what we want to do what they're doing. Let's lead the way, right? That was kind of the marijuana. We wanted to beat New York and get legalize marijuana before them. I think that resonates there. All right, it's interesting. All right, next week we'll talk about the circle under the basket.
Sounds good.
All right, what do we got on ProView that people should be looking at?
Baseball and softball all week. Go to ProViewNetworks.com for the schedule. So we're deep into baseball and softball, and same thing as basketball. Truncated. I'll use Edwards' word.
That's a big word.
Did Edwards say that was a truncated call?
I believe so. It's so out of context. Wow. Yeah, it's just an absolute.
So there's a truncated field for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of scenario, and then baseball's always so different, Jeff, because of the pitch count restrictions. Something else we could get into in the future. You never see the best pitcher pitch in the championships. It's almost always Johnny Holstaff on that last day of the state tournament.
That's really funny. All right, we'll hit that next week. Yeah, you see him on Friday so they can get to Saturday, or Thursday so they can get to Saturday, and then there's Johnny Holstaff. Sebastian, good to talk to you. It was good. Catch him on ProView Networks. We'll do you again, or we'll talk to you again next Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Be well.
Be good, guys.
Take care. Sebastian Noel, ProView Networks. All right, Kevin's here. The Isotopes, they must have a big homestand. What, the Dodgers coming to town or something? Woo! I know. Warren Schaefer's going to be with us coming up at the bottom of the hour. Isotopes snap there. Did you hear the call from Sushan last night? I mean, I thought we're raising a flag, to be honest with you. And, well, that's what a frustrated announcer sounds like when you win a game on a hell of a play. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for
technology. Is JJ with you? We talk about all this technology and advancement, even new coffee pots, Bobcat. Even new stuff, and yet our you know how I find out that there's a caller on. Oh, I see the red light come on, and then it's like it's homing pigeon. Or isn't that what those things are called? What were the pigeons that used to put a note on and they would fly, right? Homing pigeons? Is that what they were called?
I think they're homing pigeons.
Yeah. We got a homing. Bobcat's a homing pigeon. He writes it on a little note and comes in and hands it to me. That's how far we have digressed. Like, I mean, back in the day, you could text me. You could put it up on my screen. No. Now we got to write it on a note and walk it all. But we got new coffee pots. We got new coffee pots. But JJ, we got homing pigeon to let us know now who's on the phone. That's what COVID has done to us. But we're here. We're happy to be here, right? Kevin Collins is here too. You let him in?
I did.
Did you clear that with management? Did he take his temperature?
I took my temperature before I got here. It's fine.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. Before you got here, did you take it at the front desk? Move on. What's up, man? You good?
I guess so.
The guy was doing Carlisle. Move on. He obviously didn't like that topic. He didn't want to talk about that. Kevin's here, the director of hype from Albuquerque Isotopes. Big winners last night, by the way. Congratulations on stopping the losing streak.
Yeah, big time winners. That was a heck of an ending to the game too. Like you were saying, I think somebody needs to check on Josh this morning.
Well, I read this. This is insanity to me, and I understand it's a COVID-driven stat. Scored their most runs since August 27th of 2019. Here we are in 2021. I understand the context of it, but it's still, when you guys type that stuff out, it's just got to kick you in the stones.
Yeah, we're having some fun with that kind of stat, but yeah, iffy this year.
It's been iffy, yeah. 2-10 ball club coming home. Oklahoma City Dodgers are in town next, and there's a lot. So we're going to talk with Warren Schaefer coming up in the next segment. But for you, first of all, tickets are on sale. You've got expanded now that we are turquoise, and you've had a week to prepare for turquoise-level crowds. We've never had to prepare for turquoise-level crowds before.
We're so glad that it's turquoise level. It bumped up from yellow to green the day before our first on sale, bumped up from green to turquoise the day before opening day. So this time we've actually had some time to sit down and prepare, and yeah, we're really excited about this homestand and the fact that June tickets go on sale on Friday as well.
Ooh, June ticket! I think I got my June tickets already, JJ. If you need some, let me know, because I've got my bank of tickets. The Dodgers are in town. Oklahoma City Dodgers, and it might not really just be the Oklahoma City Dodgers. I mean, you got some Dodgers coming to town this weekend.
Yes, some big-time news broke last night that it sounds like Cody Bellinger is going to be in town this series. Not entirely sure when and where, but the report is this weekend from Dave Roberts. So, he's definitely probably going to play a few games, and why not come out and see a former Rookie of the Year, former MVP, and I don't know, top 3 player in the game.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, I remember when you've had some players come to town now. They may not create their own T-shirts for this, and nobody may get a signed jockstrap on the wall, like,
Brian Wilson.
Like when Brian Wilson came to town. You not heard that story?
I have heard that story.
But Cody Bellinger that's a big deal. In a town that, look, it's still a Dodger town in a large respect. Yeah, you don't have to look at it like in disgust. I mean, it's you're battling years and years of history. This is about as big a name as they've got. I mean, after Mookie Betts and Clayton Kershaw, I mean, you could tell me that Cody Bellinger's up there with those two.
Yeah, and obviously, if like you said, it is still in many ways a Dodgers town, and at the end of the day, we just want our fans to come out and have fun, and if that involves seeing their favorite player and a former MVP, then have at it. But we also, not to put the Rockies down quite a bit, we have a top prospect coming up for the Rockies too, and Ryan Rollison. Number 2 prospect in the organization. He's slated to pitch on Saturday. Kyle Freeland is going to pitch in his second rehab game tomorrow. There's going to be some pretty good talent over there at the ballpark.
Enjoy it this weekend. It starts Thursday, 6:35, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day game on Sunday at 1:35, night game on Monday, and then a business person's lunch special. Hell, you don't have to be a business person. You can be a guy who's ditching school or you're jobless and still go out. I don't know why they call it business person special, but the 12:05 on Tuesday.
Everybody can take a little 3-hour lunch break.
Please.
We have a 6-game series under your belt to start the season. How are things going? Just virtually, mobile ordering, how people are responding to tickets, and just with what they have to do now.
The mobile ordering in terms of the ticket stuff has been going pretty great. It's something that our GM John and I like to talk about a lot. Is that these are things that we were probably going to make no matter what. Yeah. The mobile concession ordering, mobile ticket ordering, just a paperless world. We're turning into a paperless world, and that's what we should be doing. And this was kind of the real push that we needed, and it seems to be working pretty well. Our account manager system online is really convenient. Once you get in there and start to use it, it's pretty intuitive. And the mobile food ordering kind of got off to a bit of a rough start, but much like everything we do, we're making it right. It's getting work done. It's working now. And,
can I vouch for it?
Yeah,
as a consumer,
absolutely.
My mobile tickets, I transfer to my buddy. It's click, click, click. Here's your put in his email. Done. As opposed to hooking them up. I got to leave you tickets, or I'll leave them at will call, or let's meet up. That was beautiful. We were there for the first 3 games. So the second night we were there. What do you want? We ordered. And literally within, I'm going to tell you, less than a minute, got the text back that it's ready. Went downstairs to the concessionaire. Long line, and on the side there's a line that says mobile orders, and all those people are waiting in that long line looked at us, and we walked up. Hey, here's our name. Here's your food. And walked right past them all, went back to our seat, and we're great. It worked. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think the one little hiccup we noticed was in older Androids, but now that we figured that out, I think everything should be pretty hunky-dory.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, it worked, and we're getting to it. Look, we're going mobile tickets now. Everybody's going mobile tickets. I don't care where you go to an event. And to your point, I think it just got us there quicker. New Mexico Bowl, we're going through the same thing. We're going to work with UNM on the same thing. Everybody loves having a ticket in their hand. Maybe you don't. But look, your phone's your everything now. And that's the future. And don't be afraid. I just tell people, stop being afraid, embrace it.
If Jeff Siembieda can do it, you can do it too.
Telling me. Am I just old and stupid or what? Is that what he's telling me?
The question is, would Tony La Russa do it?
That's right. Would Tony La Russa do it? Can you hit a 3-0 pitch in a 15-4 game off of a position player? Are you allowed to swing and hit the ball out of the yard?
Yes. Yes. I don't understand that old school mentality. And even back then, you absolutely can.
If you're the manager, do you have to have your players back?
Yeah, I think so.
Even if you don't believe it?
I think even if you don't believe it, you have to have your managers back. Maybe a better question for a manager that's coming up. But
yeah, well, we're going to talk to
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it was still such a close game. And
yeah, it was 15-4 in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, hey, those balls were juiced.
Or I heard they were dead. Did Josh say the other day, we had an emailer say that one of the reasons that the Isotopes aren't scoring runs are the balls are dead. I didn't hear him say that, but aren't the other guys hitting the same baseballs?
Yeah, we actually have Major League Baseballs this year. Well, back in the day, 2019, we had Pacific Coast League balls that were wound a little, not quite as tight as the Major League balls, but now we have those same Major League balls that I guess there's something different about them this year.
Where's the happy medium? When balls are flying out of the yard, it's a circus. It's a joke. Balls are flying out to me. Now we got 5 no-hitters in the big leagues in the first 5 weeks of the season. The balls are dead, and we got to get back to it. Where's the happy medium?
I don't know. I think most people would definitely prefer the stats from the juice ball than this dead ball. I mean, no-hitters are fun, but I mean, at a certain point, it's getting pretty out of hand.
5 of them? Mariners have been no-hit twice. I think that's more impressive than another no-hitter, by the way.
Had a bunch in minor league baseball, too, in AAA.
Yeah. All right, your manager's coming up next. You're welcome to stay, but you got to put on your mask. No, you don't have to put on your mask. Please don't. Let people know how to get these tickets and enjoy the Oklahoma City Dodgers with Cody Bellinger coming into town starting tomorrow.
Yeah, and tomorrow, abqisotopes.com, Ticketmaster.com. If you want to come to the box office, will be open. And then Friday for these June tickets, same exact process. They go on sale at 10 a.m. on Friday, and just now that everything's in this turquoise stage and our mask situation has changed a little bit at the ballpark, I think tickets are going to go fairly quickly, and you should hop on them as soon as possible.
And it's just good to be out at the yard, man. I went out, I think 4 of the first 6. Just fun to be out there again and move and live and see people. All right, Warren Schaefer's the skipper of the Isotopes. He's going to be with us next after a big win last night. Kevin Collins is in studio as well from Isotopes. It's the opening drive. JJ, me, who's over there? It's still Josh and Bobcat on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Hiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradies.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Diving play by Stamets. Throws to first. He got him! He got him! Ball game over! The Topes win it! 9-8 is the final on a spectacular play by shortstop Eric Stamets.
Josh Sushan last night here on the Sports Animal. Isotopes avoid a 6-game sweep in El Paso, and they beat the Chihuahuas last night by a score of 9-8, and they're coming home after taking today off. What's up, y'all? Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. So that's what a frustrated announcer sounds like after starting the season 1-10. I'm going to guess the manager was pretty relieved and excited as well. Warren Schaefer is the skipper of your Isotopes, and he joins us this morning. I don't know if you'd heard that before, but your play-by-play guy was pretty fired up. I'm going to guess you felt good about a win last night, too. How you doing?
Oh, man. Hey, man, good to see you guys. Good to talk to you. Well, what a great win that was last night, and a great way to end it. Josh sounded, extremely pumped up, which I'm glad we all were, too, on the bench. What a play to end the game. It was just big time, man. It was good to get a win before we got out of there, too, and then try to get the ball rolling here.
Yeah, usually you hear a call like that and you're raising a flag a few days or a few months after that, right?
Well, that's what it felt like, man.
You know, it did. How you holding up? You start out 1-10, now 2-10. How you doing as a skipper of the team?
I'm doing great, man. It's fun to go to the ballpark every day and go to work. We're going to be okay. Just people need to realize that we're going to be okay, man. And yesterday was a good starting point.
So when you say we're going to be okay, and look, I always tell people on these kind of shows, people don't call in when you're winning. We get calls when they're losing, and people are like, "What's wrong with them?" And they're scuffling, and it's already over. And how can this happen? What are you telling people? Besides, it's going to be okay. Why is it going to be okay?
Well, because we have good players. It's just a matter of time before we get things rolling. Throughout a season, sometimes you have 8-game skids, 7-game skids, or whatever it might be. We just had a 7-game skid. It just happened to be at the beginning of the season. It's no fun going 1-10 to start the year, but you feel like things are on the up and up. You just feel like the bats are better. You feel like just stringing of bats together the last couple games has been better. It's looking better.
Now, Warren, for you, as you learn the players' tendencies, you get deeper into the season, how long does it take for you to kind of get player tendencies in terms of what works? And maybe a guy needs more video work, or maybe with some players it's, hey, let's give him a time off here, or guys getting in the cage, etc. Just kind of building that relationship.
Oh yeah, it's already happening. I mean, we're already getting idea and trying things to get guys on the right track. But for me, I've been with a lot of these guys for a long time. I mean, Sam Hilliard, I've been with him for a long time. got it off yesterday, and he came off the bench with just smoked the ball to center field. I mean, just positive progress. That's what we're looking for, and it's already begun.
Now, in terms of player development, congratulations to you, Warren. Of course, you were named the PJ Carey Player Development Award winner for the Rockies organization. And just keeping players focused in this game of baseball, you mentioned it's so hard. You can go on streaks and you can feel like, oh, this is the worst week ever. You wake up 2 weeks later and it's entirely different. Just the mental aspect of the game of baseball, what is that like managing a player?
Well, it's, the mental part of it is the biggest part is going to the ballpark and being the same guy every day with a positive attitude and expecting the team to do the same thing. I mean, when that happens, it gets real bad real quick when people get sour and salty and, they're just tired of losing and they don't want to do anything about it. But that's not what we have here. I mean, we got guys that want to grind and want to get after it every day. And it's a real character test. 1-10 start is a real character test. And, you just love what you see yesterday coming out after the 1-10 start.
Yeah, Warren Schaefer's the manager of the Isotopes. When you're scuffling, and the numbers are what the numbers are, second to last in the league in hitting at 216 as a team, 7.51 ERA. So obviously you're not pitching, you're not hitting, and that's why you're 2-10. But to see a game like last night, what does it mean just to get on the bus? You haven't played 6-game series before, right? Now that's what they're going to be. I'm going to guess getting swept 6 would have been a really long bus ride as opposed to what it might have been last night coming home.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt, man. But, it felt – I mean, the guys – the clubhouse was fantastic after the game. It just feels like that's the start of something good. We come home and play Oklahoma City and try to get going against them as well. But we were down 6-0 in a game yesterday. I mean, we could have folded up shop, and especially after being down 5-0, and we did.
Yep. All right, down 6-0 after 2 innings. They came back and won the game 9-8. All right, Warren Schaefer's with us for a few more minutes. Warren, can we talk about unwritten rules wherever those are written somewhere? Are you still with us?
Yeah, right. Sure.
All right. How do you feel about hitting a 3-0 pitch off a utility off a position player in the 9th inning and you're up 15-4 after skipper's giving you the take sign? How do you feel about that?
Well, if the skipper give you the take sign, you should probably take.
That's what I feel.
But unwritten rule, you know what, man? I'm a big fan of if you get in a 3-0 count, you get yourself in a 3-0 count, and you reap the repercussions of that. I mean, it's I don't know. There's a lot of sensitivity in this game, especially these days, and I'm a big fan of if you get yourself in that situation, play better.
Well, there's a line, right? And so I think even the people who say, hit the ball, get me out. I don't care if you're a third baseman or a left fielder that you're pitching, get me out. But you wouldn't steal, right? Now, would you have a problem if a guy stole without giving him a steal sign?
I would have a problem with that. Yes, I would have a problem. I mean, there's a point where you're rubbing it. You're rubbing it in the face. You don't want the situation you're talking about with Mercedes. I didn't realize it was a position player throwing. Yeah. Is that what was happening?
Yeah, it was like a 48-mile-an-hour. It looked like a slow-pitch softball. I mean, it literally had the arc of a slow-pitch softball game that you would watch out at the beer league at a local park tonight. And it was 3-0. La Russa had given him the take sign. I guess he gave it to him twice. And it was this 48-mile-an-hour looping pitch, and he just, lobbed up. It almost looked like he took 3 steps forward, and he pumped it.
Yeah. That's an interesting situation, man. What would have happened if he would have, popped it up into the infield?
Nobody would be talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. You can look at it both ways, I guess.
Yeah, and with that, Warren, just look at just trying to have fun in those moments. What is just the being able to enjoy what you do, the passion of the game, just seeing that come through? How do you feel just when you see your guys, you're not necessarily, like you said, rub the salt in a wound, but you enjoy when you have success?
Oh, I think it's good for the game to, in general, show emotion and express how good you feel about the game. I mean, I think it's a good thing overall, and you see a lot of it today, a lot more see it. It's just inevitable that somebody is going to take offense to it, though, because the guys on the other side want to win too, and when you see people showboating or whatever, it's really hard to say at the moment, oh, that's a good thing to show emotion. When you're on the other side of it, it ain't easy to say that.
I can ask you about baseballs, too. I've been hearing that baseballs are dead this year. And we got an email. Somebody said, well, the reason the Isotopes aren't scoring are the balls are dead. Well, the other guys are hitting the same baseballs, right? So
yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's kind of crazy. You told us last week you noticed the ball flying out here at altitude. Like, you noticed a difference. That was your first series that you had managed in Albuquerque. A, do you notice a difference in the baseballs? And B, ask Kevin this, where's the happy medium? When balls are flying out at a ridiculous rate, we were told, it's a circus, the balls are flying out, it's a joke. Now that we got 5 no-hitters in the big leagues in the first 5 weeks, the balls are dead, they got to do something about it. When are people happy?
I think people just like to talk about stuff, man.
Which is good.
I don't know. At altitude, you can definitely see the result of it. I mean, if you're going to make a ball that's extremely bouncy at altitude, I mean, that's going to be ridiculous. It's just, it's like you said, it's finding a happy medium. We went down to El Paso, and El Paso is ball flies there too. I mean, it's just this league, I think, and you don't want a ball that is extra bouncy. I mean, that's just the simplest way to put it.
All right. Oklahoma City's coming in. They're struggling a little bit too. Looking forward to a series coming home. You may see some big leaguers on the other side. You may have some guys on your roster. This should be a pretty fun weekend.
Oh yeah, man! This is going to be a great weekend. It's always good to play the Dodgers and to test yourself against them, the NL West rivals. Yeah, man, it's going to be fun.
All right. Appreciate you spending some time with us. It's an off day, and I know those are few. Well, I guess they're not few and far between. They're every damn Wednesday now. So we'll catch up with you next week. Congratulations on the win yesterday. I know that's a big deal. And let's turn this thing around and get some wins this weekend at home.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. Warren Schaefer, he's the skipper of the Isotopes. Of course, you'll hear the games. All of them are here on the Sports Animal. Tomorrow, Oklahoma City's in town, 6:15. Josh Sushan will crack the microphone from Isotopes Park. That game and all the Isotopes home games and road games here on your home for Isotopes Baseball, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Wrap it up with you. I got a bunch that you still want to get to. Emails. Kevin's still here. I'm sure I'm curious what he thought. He kind of had some facial expressions during Warren's conversation. It'll be good. Good to get you back in. No, don't shake it. Yeah, no, you're a baseball guy. Knowledgeable. I did a game with him. Do you know that?
Yeah.
He was great. He was freaking great. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You're watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face.
there at home. Things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons.
Three to beat the horn, yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover, Henderson in transition, gonna slam it home. Gonzalez gonna leave it for Hasbury, send it in! Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline, she's gonna heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
For coming in and talking unwritten rules, like you can hear him kind of go, huh. But like even he said, if they put the take sign on, don't swing. Now your question, I understand, is why you put the take sign on. Well, it's 3-0, it's 15-4, it's the way I managed it. I put the take sign on. Don't swing the damn bat.
Fantastic. Don't throw your player under the bus then after the fact.
I
make him look like a fool.
Take care of it behind closed doors. So you and I are on the same page.
Like that. If you're such an old school, this is the way baseball is. It seems like you alienating your entire locker room would kind of go against that as well.
I think that's right. Jess, how you feeling about unwritten rules? Did you write them? Hello, Jess.
You know, I think this is one of the things I hate about baseball. I'm not a unwritten rule kind of guy. I kind of want to know what do I got going in. You know, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I'm with JJ Buckets on this. First off, in a game like that, who cares? Really? I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? You're losing. You got some hack out there throwing pitches. It's not supposed to be pitching, right? Whatever position he normally plays. I mean, obviously we're in joke time now.
Right.
But JJ's right. If you're coach, your manager, and I don't care what sport it is, your number one job is to have your guys back.
That's right.
You're supposed to be the general. You're the man in charge. You're the leader. And if you don't have your boys back, even if they're wrong sometimes, your job is to have their back. And especially when it's a young player coming up and, having coached youth, as young as 4 all the way up to middle school in that range, even, young players in their sports, the hardest thing is confidence. That's one thing that is hard to teach, hard to coach up, and once it's gone, it's hard to get back. Absolutely atrocious. We need to get guys like this out of sports. The good old days, that's over. We've seen that, organizations, whether it's NBA, NFL, I think they'd rather go younger now than they go older because these guys can't relate. And I'll tell you what, after Jim Rome, which, he did this famously with La Russa on his last, I don't know which DWI he's on, but the guy's notorious, right? And he's a do you know who I am guy. And any do you know who I am guy are arrogant. So he was probably more upset that he called for him to take it and the kid said no and hit a home run than he probably even is about the unwritten rule. That's probably what pissed him off because that's the type of guy that he comes up as. And you know what? He needs to be gone after this year anyway. Because after displaying something like that, if I'm somebody in that locker room, I'm not going to battle for this guy. Why? What's he going to do to have my back if I do go to battle? Gentlemen, have a great day.
It's good to hear you. So let me ask you this. Is it ever okay for a coach, a manager, to be perceived as publicly not having a player's back? I'm going to give you an example. Because I'm not sure this is finite, okay? You ever seen a scuffle on the floor and a coach comes out and grabs his guy and pushes him away and is barking at him? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? Feels like this is similar to that. He's obviously telling his player, "You're at fault. What are you doing?" He's undressing him. And it's in the emotion. You've seen it in basketball. Coach comes out, grabs his player, and he's yelling at him. What the hell are you doing going after him? Right? That kind of thing. It's a mix-up. It's a scuffle. It's an altercation, whatever it is. Is it ever okay for that? Is this kind of an extended version of that?
That's not him on a post-game press conference there berating
that's the moment.
his player
That's
and then
correct.
agreeing with the opposing team throwing a baseball at him.
Yeah, I agree that that's different. I agree with that's different. It's not similar at all, though?
It's doubling down.
Yeah.
All right, you didn't like it, then handle it.
Yeah.
You already told everybody that there's going to be discipline for Mercedes, but then you call him clueless.
Well,
and then you double down on that and go, yeah, no problem, Minnesota.
Discipline for what? I guess for ignoring the take sign.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the discipline? It's not discipline for if they're unwritten rules. I didn't break a rule. I think you're right on this as far as because I said, what should he have said? If that's what Tony La Russa believes, and he does, and he's not alone, and there's many people who believe that was a BS
Don't
play.
call your player clueless.
Don't call your player out. Just say, look,
You're still managing the game, but they can't be playing it in the ninth inning?
Well, they're playing it. They're just, in his eyes, they're playing it the wrong way. Play the game the way I manage the game. I put on the take sign. Like even Warren Schaefer said, you go play, but if the manager put on the take sign, then don't swing the bat.
Then say, we'll address it.
Yeah.
Don't agree with the other team.
I'm with you. Your point's right. I'm not arguing with you on that. Your point's right.
This is to me, that's what it comes back to. This is all Tony La Russa.
Undressing your player in public. Yeah, I think the answer is
backing up the opponents. Who, if we're talking unwritten rules of baseball, what is it of just making the game a joke?
Yeah.
Even if the other team's up by 11.
Yeah, the answer is, player and I have had a conversation, and we talked about baseball, and I think he's learned something about it, and we'll move on. Yeah. Golf is going on out at UNM, and right now there is a 5-way tie, JJ, for fourth place. Top 5 teams will advance. New Mexico is not part of that. So Texas Tech has passed Oregon State to lead this tournament. Texas Tech, Oregon State, Arizona State are all, I don't want to say totally safe, but 18, 16, and 14 under par. And then there is a group tied at -8 for the last 2 spots. Stanford, Oklahoma, University of San Diego, South Carolina and Texas A&M. Lobos are 4 strokes out of that spot. Now they're early. They're playing their fourth, or they played their 4th through 7th holes, so they're still early. There's still time to make it up, but they better get things going right now. Sam Choi took a double bogey on his 3rd hole today, came back and took a bogey. So Choi is 4 over today. He's their number 1 player. He bogeyed. They started on the back 9. He bogeyed 11, double bogeyed 12, and bogeyed 13. So he's really scuffling. Bastian Amat, the freshman who had the 66 yesterday, carded a bogey on 13 after making birdie on 12, so he's even. But nobody's playing particularly well. The best Lobo today is Brandon Strong, who's 1 under par. Everybody else is either even or over, with Choi being 4 over on the day, and that's the guy that's just flat out got to turn it around.
Work to do. Still got some holes to play, though.
Still got a lot of holes to play out there on a course with which they're very familiar. So that's going on right now, and again, we'll know by within a few hours. John wanted to talk about the shot clock in high school basketball we talked about with Sebastian Noel, or is Bob likes to call him Noel. We got Noel online too. No, Sebastian Noel, same dude.
Sorry,
no.
I grew up with a person named, his first name was Noel.
The beauty of that is you didn't even have to write it on a piece of paper and walk it all the way over here.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you were able
Saved
to
me
tell
a few steps.
No, it was good. I didn't want you to get tired. Lobo Hobo, oh, that was a different one. Let me give you John. John says, as I've mentioned before, my son is a head boys high school coach in Denver. 2 years ago, he took his team to a tournament in Newport Beach. There's a shot clock in California. Games were way more exciting for sure. My son stated that if any state goes against the National High School Scholastic Athletic Association, that state loses his critical voting rights. By the way, Colorado does not have a shot clock. I'm not even sure I understand what that means. I think that means his son's a coach and he's for the shot clock.
Well, the 8 states that use your shot clock don't get to vote on rule changes.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. That's what he said about going against it.
The 8 states that do use the shot, well, that won't be that way now. Now that they've approved it.
That should be changing now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you to Glenn Milliken, Sebastian Noel, Kevin Collins, Warren Schaefer. Look at that star-studded cast today. All appeared on the show today. Bobcat produced for us. Got his steps in as well. Josh got up early this morning and produced on ProView Networks. Look at you. That a boy. Good to see you. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will be after that. Trulio and Carlisle with the Sports Bar at 4 with local sports talk, and then Josh. Oh, no, I Swift Hopes baseball tonight. It's Wednesday. They don't play on Wednesdays. So it's a holiday. It's a baseball holiday. It's an unwritten rule. Go out and enjoy the day, man.
Have a day, y'all.
Be good to each other, please. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. with award-winning radio for you. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Networks.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Nice steal coming in. Can she get the point?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
Especially the team like Navarro Prep with so many weapons.
Three to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in! Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.